relevant no emfoni aba ba kwa yere wum hwan na yere wum hwan na yere Dr. Baumia wanfa Baumia foni ama okay so ni foni wo this side all right ye betimi afa ne sa yenko enime na yenhwem the Bonkrata by Jaso Daily Post the Bonkrata say President Mahama swears in justice Bafuboni as new Chief Justice. Ntieno has the gold board reject 3 billion loss claim and Chief Justice Bafuboni vowed to uphold rule of law and respect the separation of powers. Ntieno so the Bonkrata Daily Post no anymore. Yanko enimna yenyeni enfensi. The overseer the Bonkrata Ato has restored hope after 8 years of mismanagement. Steve Mantia and Steve Mantia dear. Sound to say no bekasa. Steve Mantia did not have you gold board who some ever the Bokrata no anymore. Any other headlines and so ekaho yankwe na yenshe. The new trust the Bokrata in suppose viral audio of Bugri Nabu urging delegate to vote for their northern brother sparks tribal concern in NPP. In Tiano so above money waha Speaker of Parliament waha any other headlines and so so take note of the Bugri Nabu story no. Okay, so the canary so no the 2026 budget and say is to fix NPP mess. Finance Minister Neka Eriko Pokufu security and others. Me da say yemfansi ho na me hwehwe newspaper bi nso no ye de ABC ho ntiabusia the Bonkrata be dwaso anopai no na poso na ye de amawi na yemfa dwudwam ento asom na yenhwe se anopai den na yewo ewudwam kaisa ha ye movement TV mo me yemfa dwudwam mumre TV Kuno egu ahoboa so senior mekan no aka 74 days less than 3 months na NPP ekoto aba flag bearer a obedi party nanim e dia ko 2028 election na senior godnya sarebedi akoka ebiribi enkrofo bi anto antiase no 2028 is for NPP to lose 2028 is for NPP to lose. So NPP betimi aye na niema year 2028 election no obetimi awini. Na ne omuni party no enye attractive ene because of a lot of factors. Wa baako aye defeat a party no esofaaye in the last election. Baako enso so aye the conduct of senior members of the party. Enti endra mehu say Professor Frimpong Boateng atro krata bi e dia ba bonten menken kai because omo akan krata no mo kamu asem no kire say enye krata eboa NPP mpuntu na eboa NPP kanko na mum eye as usual said ya waye be mfifie na atwamu ni no eye niema nsamo keka etwe party ni sign na egu party ni mu asinti me home premi say mekan because bibia ni mu a sebe eboa beboa party no na yase Bugri Nabu akoka say yi ora Canada Japan na danfo enso oye campaign emani nua enti o frefren krofo say enkrofo nto aba enfama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say tribal politics yes ye no no afu nyina no asechire nyina ni o asechire nyina ni look sometimes aya na niema bi ebro adwen ne ntiase so hwe na Akufo-Addo ebedi president no one of the key people are a year Juma Emma na Akufo-Addo ebeye flag bearer Emma MPP empemiensa na osabeye president no one of them the key people amongst them Bugri Nabu Bugri na abu pepe ni ofisirem onya kani but Bugri na abu ejina ne nan so make sure say Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo will become the leader of the new patriotic party and eventually the president of the Republic of Ghana. Sabre no na Alhaji Aliu Mahama na race ni mu. Teniye pa na Alhaji Aliu Mahama na oye the then vice president no na race ni mu. Ba Bugri na abu etwi duku bon yam. Ejina Adudankwa Akufo-Addo ofi chebi oye ochini eya kani Bugri na abu etwe eduku bon yam ejina na chi. Isan se sabre no na Bugri na abu adwini mu no eye Akufo-Addo na odi MPP edimu a obetimi age tumi edi ama MPP amanyuku no en sabre no yanti se obia ka da se adenti na Bugri na abu ejai seremoni eye Alhaji Aliu Mahama na osanso ye kremoni na odi Adudankwa Akufo-Addo a oye wo chini achi obia ankasa. It was good say Bugri na abu echo all angles na all make sure say na Adudankwa Akufo-Addo will be elected the flag bearer of the new patriotic party. Na ni nuya ceremony egum and no problem about that. And then the same Bugri na abu say enipa air contest no madam for pa ne kana Japan na so me hwe Canada Japan enye the conduct enye the misconduct onye presidential material odi president ya enye yie so odi president na be yie anka me Bugri na abu me support Canada Japan na so Canada Japan enye presidential material eti ene me hwe team ni ma me hunu sa mi nua bawomia ena ewom a obetimi LED NPP me NPP edin kunim enti meya campaign ama wawomia enkrofon community akwasi kwatin community a osi Bugri na abu yo hene enti no enti dien Bugri na abu a member of the new patriotic party. In fact oye the immediate past not the regional chairman of the NPP. I will be a name Bugri na abu so oye NPP name. Enti definitely Bugri na abu ego interest in the upcoming NPP primaries. Sa woka ye na o se yagbonwura woka ye na o se eyi yana woka ye na o se ebia na yiri na efrefren krofo twati won ka se omonto abama ba omiade a na yehu se enya asam na adurubunum ba Bugri na abu a oye political animal na ene wabedi hene no. Are you telling me say Prakupa Bugri na abu bedi hene ape he ceases to be member of the new patriotic party? Is that what you are saying? Said that Professor Lumumba Kaino or say there is no wisdom in the ballot box. Nti obi a woni munyansa wajimi no otu abama no a onane nyansa ni Prakupa overnight because ya to abama no wajimi. The same way Bugri na abu ya MPP ni wodi hiri o wodi judge o wodi din o ya MPP ni bibia sesa namum na dwene a wodi dwene ne de e wo hoda enti na dwene mu no sadia oja ni nua seremuni Aliu Mahama na obe supporto Akufo-Addo na oye ochini no enne Bugri na abu sa dwene no aka kire ne say Kennedy Japan odi president ya enye yie enti obe supporto Bawumia say wa na woni problem with Bugri na abu supporting Akufo-Addo but what problem with Bugri na abu supporting Bawumia no say nipa no you wunya correct obia woni problem Bugri na abu monkai say eda Mahama eko Bugri na abu ho it was alleged by Bugri na abu say mampani Mahama abeno Mahama president eba ne ho ebe man bribe sika esan so ema ne car Pajaro brand new eka kire ne say sabre na afoko enom sensem no ekoso Adams Mahama no sensem na ba and according to Bugri na abu no osema mpani Mahama ba ne ho ebe ka kire ne say ni nua sremuni ene ono Bugri na abu enti onye sa ne ma we na omra bonten eme kasan kase MPP for eya kanfo enjomo mpe esrimufo asem that day Bugri Nabu ebe press conference na mekai sada no na Dr. Sheikh Mustafa Abdul Hamid and addresses our press conference no and amode car no any sika Bugri Nabu se mampani mahama edema ni nyina edichere dano na Alhaji ayi Dr. Mustafa Hamid cast wallahi will save this country ori afia mekao sada no and Mustafa Abdul Hamid cast wallahi will save this country because na mahama nso aye seremoni na mahama nso aye Bugri Nabu nua badam Bugri Nabu ehwe corruption na ekoso no a na oboa mahama enye yie ene the evil intentions na wachi na enye yie enti ojare nua mahama ho supporte ochini Akufuado emo ankrofo kan se wa betu ani nua no bo kan se Ghana nti ene MPP nti se meyi MPP amade menye na bejiri se Akufuado ebetumi better president Mahama Bugri Nabu yesa enti wa na sabri Bugri Nabu yesa no you didn't find any issue or any problem with that but today Bugri Nabu supported by Umia enti you think say Bugri Nabu entimi supported by Umia because Umia fisirim no sa nipa no awodwene sa no wadwene problem kakra wom for me untimi nwini yi obi a wujin se bia no eye ida se otan ahoya ana wuntimi nwiri yenyai sa politics no because eye sa na ma aye se enkrofas mo kan se enipa bia hyeda se ombegu MPP no ehun fi no am MPP lose the next election na yakase yanka eno na yepese yema ne bam senya sa de a o de op support wo sirim na obi e de op support nso a enye yi ma menchra yera kan Japan eko nit FM oni me wafa adaka briefing pon manso prior to the 2023 presidential primaries of the MPP ora kan Japan ko gina nit FM eno kacha adaka bre se sabe na chema kuti etiase wate se chema kuti num yese ombemana lusu e wo central region eti otwete central region for se central region for nim no mu nim na mu mani lusu central region a obe make sure say ombe lusu omu city nyina obe make sure say ni be si wo central region no omani enye ho we ye straight to on live TV station live radio station a onabu kan Japan kasankasa threaten Chema Kuti any central region for and central region aba emano obia ni ho be kan say a threat na kan Japan threaten central region for nti and omoto aba edemano and after say even central region for aba edemano no central region na MPP ewo seat na MPP winning presidential and parliamentary no last election kwana kwhwe MPP modern central region seat na MPP krabe 19 2016 no and na kafo se 3 akafo ehon na yera kan Japan sufi MPP lose central region lose onabu kan Japan seat what 24 years and after election no and na A+ ebe ka kire say or no as an independent candidate no MPP for plan bibia so mokoya e onabu kan Japan and na obona mane after election and na Pius and na Hajide ebe ka kire na anu say yenko bisa onabu kan Japan onipa oya MPP big man or central region on the sponsor independent any NDC candidate for editor MPP for and there is a clear example obi Hawa Kumsin onabu kan Japan openly threaten say obi make sure so be lose the seat Hawa Kumsin lose the seat Chris Atta ahoye amsa Aguna West ono so catch say onabu kan Japan threaten say obi na lose the seat ampaniapa ono so lose the seat. And kwasi kwaten any nipa say they are not concerned about that threat now on kan Japan threaten part no our central region I will make sure say that threat no will come to pass and it came to pass amum oye concern with Bugri Nabu our tisrem na oye pepeni na ofo say last time no na Akani ne betimi abu man ti support Akani, but this time there of say Pepe ni e ne betimi abu man ti o support Pepe ni no na obiti asia na o kan sim hunu because nipa na support ono ne candidate na weiti na enam krom na ye kan ye grant from media house to media house na ye grant interview enti mu ye we nyina wie na ye kwoto aba na say can the Japan win here? Can you go to the north and tell the northerners say among to am can the Japan? Can you do that? Can you go to the north now on country northerners and say among to aba emma can the Japan? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Election and NPP echo obewini 2007 2010 2014 Ekufuado ne Alan tuya sika sin Ekufuado ewini Alan sika obetua oberi wanya bi anko na obewini delegate for nim delegate for no enim enipa numu a ejina no omumuni a obetimi edi part nanim edi akonkunimdie mu munya na sudwe emra party nim enkola nketua bia edidibire bia hye mu nsa enne afedie kwan amode party na musui time na enya fe enti munyai na party no asumdwe mram din ye mram kwana koye o campaign wo asem bi beka kwana koka wa wokubanwa wo nam wa wobubu no tot de mankrofo bubu kubanwa mafo ye campaign ne ye kura kubanwa nam na ye bubu ma delegate fo no so campaign star no ai onso so campaign star no sa wo nam a wobu kubanwa de mankrofo ata se enti no onso so kan campaign star no enti se wonam na obubu kubanwa peso bubu obi so onam a wo kan asem no won hweso no nka ene nyina kwa wie a na NPP ebehu baabi a nsunsuan ebeja brode ho no na sei de arabraka enya de ebuo bia na the second issue about be proxy ihu when proxy voting ebe issue ewo Ghana very unfortunate and I think say edu baabi a ese kan okre excellent penifo na asumje be party nim bidin de Kwaku Dawuro we dwudwam on movement in the morning. Ibrahim ewo yendi ose bugiri na abu ene Alhaji Aliu Mahama omu nyina ye board members ema GPRTU in the 80s ba bugiri na abu timi hwe Aliu Mahama enim eja ne ho support Akufo-Addo enti ene ede na esi so support Akufo-Addo na problem ni ho a ade no support ba omi ade a problem ho Nana Akumia chairman of the communication committee for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Nana, good morning.
So, me so.
But on how to say you?
You go so me. You have market see my ever between my campaign war. I go now. And go one.
Okay, so Asat and Gra na my year about 87 constituencies me boa.
Better.
80 so mo 8 region munamuwi.
Yeah.
Na so far campaign
Oh, nipa ne there, send nipa no budget for no there. Yeah, so when it in fact now you train me near what Volta region and uti na minya so when it then a delegates no adje Dr. Baumia ninkra na tum no mo chere se sa na bebe mu dia na election ni dia Baumia fa ne koko ye bon pa say odona delegates no chere sa na beba wo voting beba no sa pa dia na Baumia fa ne easy kwa
the Nyamia say Mokui delegate for no
Central region saying only said 2023 16 regions no Baumia winning 14 and I will lose 2 regions so 2 regions near Volta and central
region yes
and where I share central region as I share with Kaswa Meaning the reporters need to be back.
Yeah, videos nibi.
Even a Nipano Adiatum, Omnia constituency Yazo, Yenu, who say you do not to a barman and a feed ye. A man boom. It is a Bemusadia and Abamia will be flagged.
Yeah, that's it. No, pay me flower. Mr. It should be about ye ewo. Mr. Yerajo say usu presidential election committee no. Edi kind edi statement be babontin and part of the statement they can say this year next year presidential primaries amobeye no omo makwan ma proxy emma bia obe so to aba in person actually ye hu say enipa bi the petition akwa the election committee say omo nsanwini hu bium na omo makwan na obi opeso to aba proxy no wetimi ato anti ye twen so anka committee ni kura di mu ayebeba afa ye kire yanti a metimi abo edin because ono na mate say all grant interview kwasi kwati okasama ira Kennedy Japan say proxy no a nkrofo de petition akose enfamra no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eni ni team mo na mo hyase na mo yesa sebe ya mo be mu de bewia aba ye ba betu ni mu sa semi ja enipa na ekoto abai enti eto da dia no madwumu ayo mo ntanta kakra e dia na munim fa ho
emi ya me daase asema o ne me kanse openyi na o si okasama candidate for kan mentiase a proxy no say we fi na me ne wo kan na me chere mu otwi ya proxy no bo fokasa no proxy asia ni say emi na akomia na se me koto abani bi 31st January 2026 na binti mi konko to abano ebia na esamre na se me kwantu bi se me tu na se baby be si me kan 31st January no binti mi enko mi constituency wo kan kwe e me to abano metimi eyobi a no so wo kan kwe e de si ho amano krata tumi krata se onkoto abano wo midi eno ne friend no proxy the proxy na ne se o ma obi fufu asi wanemu akwakoto abano wo wudi eno na proxy na ye won hwehwe wo ho se ni utimi kire se ampa amre no ebia na oni kromu ha na bibi ebia na wo hospital yare bi ukoye bibi hospital samre no ntuntini enkoto abano so de hu danfidie ko ye won hwehwe wo ho Ghana constitution ni kwa ye kutansi si ati to general elections there to proxy number
yes
ubako bia ye wo proxy list enipa oma apply say nipa bi beto ma list no ubako polling station bia proxy list no party for ni ya obi a copy of the proxy list MPP na kasa ya mran ya to proxy time ya so but elections committee na minya ose Sudan so film the class about monthing so the proxy ninka omo enye hwehwe for proxy menim ebia no mo gina so pepepi ebia na mre no e wo ho menim no bamosho so mu jina so papa it is almost as a proxy no and I feel a 31st January ni omo nye hwehwe ma ye to proxy a omo no ma ye omo decision so bi wo ho na ono so pese oye proxy because 31st January no oni ha bibi nti bibi fi ne kwai enti opeso omo bi si na name ono so nim se nhwehwe no MPP constitution national constitution emma sa kwai nti fi se usu committee no say omo penny proxy e be tietia ono ne fa ho no aye petition dia kwa sa ai general Tinebe amwesi ebe hami because me mmarama me ho kwan se me president monhwe na monhwe mo yensa kanibiem we na fa ba umi aho ben miya e fa ba umi aho ben odwe ho a oti ase obi wo especially no miya delegates no ebi be serve chairman when say NPP yen hwehwe no ne friend no diaspora party member. Your party, your branches were Yasia Fanapi, your branches were America, your branches were Europe, Germany, UK, France, Italy, America, say, City BR on the branch, or New York branch, or Washington, your branches P. Some of party. And almost no more, she said no more delegates, a free diaspora, LPP, for a war woman on it, some from metal. Almost teach you. I am per proxy because it will be too kind. Attract tickets every year. New York, Noaba, Beto, Aban, Masako. It done at the Hadjin. In Jano, we have proxy. Almost there are a wow. But Milia, the elections committee now is soon when ya. The names Omone Nipa year contest. It's now seen. No more decide they say I'm penny proxy. The name is not so. But the Japan is almost a decision about now will be a officer decision on a papa now a petition on one and also a baumia a baumia who see will be so will be also Kafama Kent Cottonal baby a cafe way about me.
In fact, or say last election, we used to proxy no at the we are Benimina 7% or say then 7% of honorable can vote more diverted at the Mabaumia. Again, or say, I could know if we say, ya, more you sue a handful, at the intimidating crowford, so near more yen say, the maid Dawuro, and now, me to Abama Baumia, near Kuhumi Krumohine, Nami Krumohina frame say, Dawuro, Wabano, say also, yan you would need, and to the end of farmer garden project, now Uncle to Mount. Next say, Abana Kwaku, Uji who I want to say, so I may be such a Sandy Ben Yancy.
And I will be so much say, Engineer Phone away. Also, on him be afraid will be some men conquer to above some men coyer campaign of men. Boy, he need the well, ye election a Bema and Nunyama Bread Party. No. But you so feel say, oh, now we work Canada, Japan campus, a wine camp. Now one so be a coaching the high election now. Start to drive. Who prefer a petition come elections committee and say, oh, anyway, waha, and your anyway, waha, by yes say, wa free way, wa free. Father, see, dear no koi. They intimate dear Chirikake. Then my elections name cost any year per se, Konokake. Party back home. Now, what's not better because and now he be afraid way, no he be afraid way, no he be afraid way. and also Jinaso Bako anyhow, a canake. Simple but it's only the packet.
Debbie.
It is only back can be beer.
A sample in a soba.
Son a bayer, you beat me to one. To so Timmy said, oh, yeah, early Congress, ma, a beboa baumia, we got Jinaso near beer. A sample in a soba. How can what I say? You know, my bunu, oh, yeah, early Congress, ma, a beboa baumia, we got Jinaso near. Well, how can what I say, Professor? I'm not edging. You know, my bunu, not after my idea, my. Obeka ye December elections last year. And Chibiana campaign a share here for flag bearer. So
yes.
Manko start here flyer. Manko campaign we shall say right after December. In fact, before December baby, Manko after the campaign for flag bearer. And a national council, so our decision will take here. If history will judge them, it's the best decision the National Council has. Nema ekosu. Nema ekosu. Inka yema we kosu flag bearer apre na chance here. Yema sa nema we kosu a konkuda next year December. Na yes na we will be a slave. Will be a kwa. And will be yere ayese. Will be yere in free heart. Franca, when Kayeman Koswa, Konkosi next year, December. It is our decision now. National Council of NPP take here, say, I dare see a Chasumter. If you bear no constitution, no my acquaintance, yes, 30 days. A chair and share, your disanctions, your 30 days, 31st January. And yet the best decision. And if I can find your mayor, Kosin Koswa. Yeah, thank you, to. Thank you, to. The election we are and for the party for us a pro mania before ye be a kufado ye be will be about me a baby and no crack of the like that. Okay, Emma, you know, upon a boy and you craft emotion. You came away in Kosovo. If you ain't in Chasso, Namia unim National Council on unim opinion or this idea no buy say. Yet election in time. Unimo buy. And Metisa Sura Conrad Japan. Come not Japan. Come not Japan of Inimana Ashas ye coco. He trust them. The ancient Nembrano Nembrana equine. Mrano say, Mutili said 3 dates no any time from this time to this time. Most 30 days, some at least 6 months from the Bayer campaign. Ye dim so. Na kwabna Japan or the share by a jitu. Or the share no by about ya. There be. If the kwabna Japan or this idea no by. Obian can say beboa or no. The bami or no tini baby. That meeting no by me and one can one word. Ye meeting no. Any person is what I say because not that delegate. That's all. One take part in the debate, one from that Japan and the idea of that. On paper. The Kwabna at Japan called the ban. Nobody can say or per se favor no. A favor no. Nobody or nothing baby. On no money say the bar say favor. Which we want to ask. Okay. Maybe you're quite pro. After never constituency, yeah. Nipa kakrebi omuko constituency okotie delegates no niema eda o makoma so na be ya ba o miedu a yen so eta na chi na ya kasa bi no etimi abobo so ama niema na ehia omo o party some proxy vote na ba o mia no koye o Kwaku via election and then na what that delegates na dream and ya no kwa I want to set a radio so no one cafe and about me out of election about me for him be able to say. Yeah, call ground to the delegates. Now delegates in the who here and then I knew Kwaku. Now Muko Sam yes allegations ya move French and so back and because when your radio station. Movie now muko lose elections na when yeah na ma mudi be campaign na mu use mo ho den dey and proxy voting I say obi also wo so ko vote na say bibi jontimi ko vote wa ye wo otimi do bi si na name and ye won hwehwe even for national election
Nana mami bisa say Dr. Bawumia team no more support say yenfa proxy nimra and senior election committee no aka say there will be no proxy this year no
proxy voting minya enye team enye individual what na make an assist and one me point me say me wa ha 31st January me wa ha nti me say proxy voting e hia me but obia bibinti ontimi enwo ni constituency na kromu ha on the 31st ono na hia no and amra no man ho fan a no fit say obi yakoteki decision bi na tia sa amra na o ho kwa so no be petition akọ enya he party for but yen camp there yen individual so me and I say I'm really gonna be appointed the anam to me do a portrait is that date na emboa me na may apply as an individual.
I see.
And that camp. So people to my radio not go say na proxy voting no ba me na akwa ba so be via election. Don't dream who to me tiase. Na say nye popo na my friend pa we kranka be nya tiase.
Martina na ye da sepa ne enchemu a odi amaye nti because of a phone so nti ye da se na enne no hefa na mobekọ
ye ko Agona East and Agona West Manyako Swedru and then Gomwa and ye 4 constituencies ye sha se be 9 ye Kwaku si be 10 p.m. na akone ababeta me ye 4 constituencies ye Agona East Agona West Gomwa East and Abako ye be ye be ko Jukwa ne akọ Swedru ne akọ Kwanyako ne aba Robert this is a check it I call 4 constituencies nekwa and then adwuma no I got another 4 million 4 constituencies
and I'm saying Agona East Agona West Gomua Central and Gomua West
yeah me put their constituencies they are the kunu ne am the share they could Jukwa if you ever go Swedru you ever go Kwanyako you ever go apa those constituencies no can go my west and mini but couldn't have the share
okay
and then adwuma no and then adwuma no Koshia delegates no every constituency there is 1,000 delegates na me omo kokasa na ti omo niam ehia na me omo kodi na say Robertman radio so and about me na area abanama no the project voting na as a move say on serious on soon intimiya
me da sinana nyame ka mo bibia hia ebese aba
okay right
abusanti nana komea na yere na di enkomo na ye chairman of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign communication committee na anope yene no edi enkomo da sebre Dawuro na enye mboko de
nyame adawuro ma na metumi nti
nyankopon ase godo ma ate
ye nyamina
na wi aboko de
nyame adum ahode ewo ho ensem ha de bat nyame adum
nyankopon ase ensem de bekoso aha bekoso aha
wo hwe ni ma me de ni hwehwe no
ai se ebubu na me ka no
ye no ye anwan we de we nya anwan
we ya se we nsusu ye say bibi sugar
okay
bibi sugar nti ye nam na me kan so obi wo ho no ma the campaign strategy ne say obebubu anwa di amazere gitifo
bodio
say you so obi di bodie campaign okwa na ye tu bodie bia na esi ni nchen
na di pakurem na kwabra ni gine eku
me wo video no me wo picture no ho metimi di ama di atoso
na bodie ji say the kwache dipa
nti plan obedient no say planting for food and jobs oso na ye nti onamo a okono okoye campaign a na ye tu ebodie no ana wa hu bi
me hu board ye
enti no obi su campaign strategy no and there is so obi kura gallon kubangwa na wo mu se baby bi di corn oil wo hu ti ye na mo a na ye bu nti bo sa board de na mo pai ti we su be pai ni sen
anwa o ye bubu ni ye bubu
enti
obi se sa do wadan yi prophet of Chama or I saw them. I don't know so Chinese campaign mu. Hey,
fa you know why sugar na send them na me hwehwe anwa no so na.
The primary to me.
Okay. Martin.
And you know obi ara na strategy but to the bia ne ha adwen ni kasa jinja ne kasa hunu bia eyi bi no de ban to the mo hwehwe anwa no na hwehwe asichiri hwan de kan na fa send eyi mame na menyewe Alowat medical skincare me ba ne awura nsim no na yedi ho koma Alowat medical skincare for say men control say o ma ba say wo wedie ebe ye so wedie bia kura bia be ma oba ko na ye mua na already and wrinkles say twintwam obi de nso apapa as African map emu divisions bebre achoko na omo emwa o siki obodi ni so esage a omutimi eboa sanso na honam ensansan ne honam ani yarewa hodu nyina omutimi eboa etuase Alowat Medical Skin Center ewo enkran osu police station no echi Pantan Hospital no so no ekwan no sibi ho eni bi so East Legon Achiampo Kumasefo monko Patase Shell Filling Station chim honoma mon 0277 580559 and 0548 539 351 0548 539 351 na oniomo enkasa na omo so etimi aboa mesra o hye nso ema me se ebi audio honam nani eyepa na nso oyafunu yare no edi kurudududu na asama ba pa cho me kanfo gasto mixture nature medics for energy aba o say osa ehawa wedru gasto mixture say bia oyafunu no ye oya diarrhea how indigestion how so a wedru awhia eno no dru bia enampa o ma dwene yenu anu ma so ho hu say oba wa fichiri komu timi de how brew na ama so koyaw mu obi di obebo brasa obi di so de emayi ebamienu enanansa na etwanom ne ade emoa ebekwa kofa daachi how e dia bro kope menso plus nanom menso plus no emanko an timinom na aboa ma ofichiri ko no ayi jujuju afi be ma so de prostate plus mesha no eye be medru be ma prostate no entwen ema ne nye kese ansa wanya efi 35 ekono prostate no hutimi eba how enti odwun so a wote yaw otajun so to ato aso a wadru eye prostate plus ebebo apa say dru nyina ba bi eto adru bia obenya bi dodo pa mon kore Pad Ventures o Kaichi Drug Lim na nabo achi o Tema Community 1 na Equus Pharmacy ewo Ashaman for 0248 778899 0248 778899 na oniomo enkasa movement twabidi promo no eba we jackpot on the 24th of December aye kosibro nyaduano ne ye di twabidi no aba onya twanko ade a obedi we no code no star 274 star 6 hash star 274 star 6 hash na ticket bia 10 cedis utwa bia se oda so dano ye be chesika sa 5000 2000 5000 2000 entifa ho hyem efitie ne na emoa na wo so watimi atwa bi adi ebebo apa movement TV so ye kan mo se momfa madwa tondie nyina mra na ye mo ho dawuru enfama mo ye won kran ye kokomlemle ni se ka kwantempon no so na ye ben heavy du choba no bibia wa pese ye bohu dawuru bia no wo de ba na ye bohu dawuru wi a wa obedi adanse obetimi afre na ye ne wadi nkomo 0509 301 401 and 0592 589720 and 024 637 5134 na oni yen susu mpenifo etimi edinkomo ebebo apa gidifred for semen control se ene se ye ka atade a ye pam se onipa de se nedin se pam atade a efe kaftan ana bia political suit ana bia bubu emani mema de ana bia office wear ana bia casual wear se wodi ko ayfro abema ayfra aba watade ana kabane sirita sa wodwene atade nko ade a dwene gidi fred clothing omo ne timi bo apa omo obi ene yi akwa obenya size no wa yi akohye ena wo preferred style bi so a any material bi so a on bitim de ama ne mo ya so nkune se omo material na omo use no o sha wo nhia wo nua timisro omo wo Taifa SDA Junction omo number is 059 240 1816 and 0500 392562 na oni omo enkasa ejida sebre ne godon moma yemfa dwudwemu no na yemfa fallout no emra na fe yetimi akoye ne
yanchia ahefo nyina na twudwem po nyankopon asen se ene yenya kwanya ewa hanu no nwanwa se internal election ti enipa bebre ye niema egu omanimu ase nso mu hunu so we had difference that MPP ni NDC ntemu a NDC mpanimfo even say omo mpa obi asem kra o party ni mu a omo ka sem ya omhweni enye MPP fo MPP obi ebe preposition bi wa party no na wa enya na wo kotena kiri a ene wo a party no pewo no wo ye sura bofo kura da bia obinya ho asemboni aka minim de enti a saa yawo no etimi hye nipa komamu ana eku omo nkakra no nso muhu dangeri de ye mobo professor Frimpong Boatia wo ye medical doctor wonim se odi ahoyi ani nipa ho tan se omu a ekum wonim nanso ontumi nyi saa de no mfiri ni mu professor Frimpong Boatia boni bai ena kufu ado ni Dr. Baomi ade ye nti wata wo mo abesine asemu a wo kan se MPP mpanimfo eskimi se ye be wi abanu ama Dr. Baomi oh papa ye body stop na ne se eba ye akumayare ho adwuma wo ya ade pa ansa no betuna ye akumayare ho adwuma no nanka adwene no mu do pa but asa wo ya ma ho ya eni anibre afrawani ama ye niema bia ansese anka wo ye ya pepa wo chew party no aboawo emfasa wonya no party mi ye mu bia nya mu 1000 and so stay yen kasantia party no party na mo di yie enti yesrew unya bibi ma wase a emano kro no party na odi wanyina yie no unya bibi mo party no nkankwa ensai enya de be say party no na wo yesa unya me betwe aso professor Batin odi eno no empenifo bu besa kiremo yonko na metwe suban Canada Japan camp. And your you pa no me ade wo ho.
Before so be do Canada Japan camp no so no. Ene men dra me kan sembi na enkofo obi Sunday Godon voice note say mankasa yi.
Dr.
NDC for apre no ehya ase no. Na esi din katia ehya ase se okoto. Na Julius Zebra ehya ase se oye jogging. Na naka se okodwemu no. Wa hu so majai. Wọ́n tó mọ̀jà yìí wọ́n hù sẹ́ Musa Dankwa ọ̀sẹ̀ àṣẹṣẹ ọ̀yẹ́ pools aba NDC ẹ̀nà ahoy ẹ̀bẹ̀ kasa sẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ too early but your last time Musa Dankwa release pools on NDC ẹ̀yẹ dàbẹ̀ yìí wọ́n sọ ọ̀nà tó wọ́jà yìí because the party no emma directive and a direction party members no penio akolao comply unsa NDC ne mu asan ayejojojo biom but MPP die se party no emma directive say ya pa no wanya empanifo pa they will go against the directive
and any problem or party
and no party ni problem and Andrew asema me kan say Dr. George Donfe obi be ka say onye card bearer member of NPP obi anim say Dr. Donfe o pro MPP obi anim wan anim Ghana ha o pro MPP Paul Grebuachi Dankwa no mo ko TV3 no so no omunya MPP fo enti adan sambejan fi the text message o and e kan say fi neko Oma boycott Kwame Sifaka program on Peace FM and for about 3 years to 4 years NDC ni bia ni pro NDC person bia anko ho enti adentina party no etnase national council take decision ne enya se national communication officer se national general secretary trust krata de babonten say e free nereko TV3 no NDC for ato media general no NDC for ato enti kwan NDC for station no e di NPP for ne air fashion enye enti efi neko eni omu ni hwiye biem na MPP die MPP ni mu nipa ese ba bia party ni se meyenko no e ho ane e
because party ni su control
because party ni mi su control na obia so nka hwe ni ye hwa na moko ni ye hwa na moko enti wan ko TV3 a ubewu ana
nka sa yenti because we say onye MPP card be remember but before so be ko no baby akọ mu hu say we MPP o ba in the name of MPP sa no mu hu
enti no
enti nye bi enyi hu
yes penifo
ti wan kwa na ile
hwe that's why some okay MPP pe and obenya empenifo paawo except Professor Frimpong Boateng no ma ye no
na utama klumo
na ade NDC for the year Kobradu for
and so what in no kasa
ade mo the year Kobradu for but last minute no Kobradu for ko year campaign or side ni sika ebo NDC men NDC aba bam enyo no ba ya man 60-40 but agufo ba obi na win na ko benya 60-40
enti Dawuro nti sa sem na e kwaso ne besere omu enyai na meka sa tere me yonko na minche usuman me woni edi kanade ya ponchi omo ne ye bebe wa ya na nyem nwanwa because baba no kura aka se mo agya no de oye bi na mo ye enima mienu me na yesi ni mo so kanade ya Japan yin chatro number 1 yin chatro number 2 yin di atem and so ko platform so a now that Canada Japan crop for the way o musi conduct wo mu ho a and tell them to make it so mo de di atem nyanwa because ni pa na mo di na chiro ono ni suban bi ni mo afa atro no a wo twa no bi na mo fa Canada Japan di tro pa kire Ghana fo wono hwe nyame ani mu sasema o kan ye tro but not TV say me de me kan nukrenti me kan nukrawu no kwafo bai na be ka kire Ghana fo say ye kwa primaries na Dr. Bawumia ko fa $800 million at the brand say onye na on step down say the beya ono Dr. Bawumia e be nya kwa no nwini no kwafo ban na wa asaso yeso a obetumi abie na no aka say Dr. Bawumia ko fa $800 million enya cedis at the brand say onye na on twinside na me de me pega na yenti ma anye atura wa wudi say bonsam kra ntwa sa atoro no na wo twa enso no so wo kan no kre project ma aben na ma akotina wo se Dr. Bawumia na epushi for project near the awiem na wotimi aka se the last primaries no obi votes be 7% through project yaji di ma Bawumia and e utunu se election no e koso na nipa no hunu se baby or do saturating point or pull or pushi or quenko or buy ma afe na atoni ni sansen na is obo football na fe atoni atwitwa enti anu bi na say aso Canada Japan camp no yemfa nyema mienu yeni atro ento Dr. Bawumia so yenkan ho nsembone na ma ne ho nyama mfo yi ba Dr. Bawumia MPP for agina tumu da so now can say akwa bi a was say dey no wa hye condom da nti ono de sa ya no nchi no Dr. Bawumia no MPP for agina tumu da it's just a matter of time se be kwa akoto aba no ma kire edo no mo Dr. Bawumia no enti sam no de mo beka atro no de mo betwa se prodi o party no constitution mu dada an election committee atna say okay for whichever reason this time you have prison no ma 1 year wo mo fi se na akom ye kan me na me metia na me metu kwan entimi nkoto aba nam se me hia se me ye prison na me na me kokome ntokwa Dr. Bawumia fa ho bai on kan ho hwe o me se o mo enya prison Dr. Bawumia nkasai na mo aso no mu na mo de nam na mo count mo di atro na mo di natem enya fe munya sa de no Google na abu asemu ya mokin na wo kan wa kan sem nyina no pan say since 1992 esremfo no fofo no aboa akamfo candidates since 1992 ani die obi anka tribalism asem obi a mi na no anka say esremfo say wo munimi nyansa say esremfo ho na wo mu edi akamfo achi ebi adubo ahen time ne be ka say na semni bi enim but president Nana do dan Kwaku for time die yenya vice president ya no esemni ono so na contest bi but Google na abu ne andi MPP for na mo sem no anka say wo yesemni the mere fact so yesemni ntino ese nyina ekota na chi omunu say baby a party no eno ma no ko no yehia obi ti say Nana do dan Kwaku for ado akwa bi Kennedy Nkrofo ba pe friend Godwin akwafo didi atemu a social media zan sentina mo muti movement TV mo makwame didi mo atemu no na Aliyu Mahama no strong force ase kresi jira ni tirim asa ngwana Kennedy Japan bubu ni bi jira ni tirim se onye strong force na onye strong force ho na strong force wo party no bio ye ka strong force ani say anybody no contest wo say onye strong force nti na bugri na abu no an support no nti ye te ye kan kwasem eno na mama kwan mam di atem na ye de say wo sura no pa wa metie ba be kan kwasem na untimi na God na kwafo a udi Kennedy Japan chi wo sura no pa na metie ba be kan kwasem a untimi na ni pa fon le kan semfu a unti die akoso no nyina no me die na maka no ewiase odi no kura enante a eboa usu betwa tratu nua so a ubenya hu sunsanso yete Ghana ha woni edi atroto Akufo-Addo so Akufo-Addo ayese wa kwadun so kramoda ho wa ye we obi nyina bido na nya so sunsanso emna ebi buboba enti unipa odi atroto nipa so a nipa na nkasa kura no a ehun sunsanso e ba so ntimi de monkoso a na muni atroto Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so aso a onkan monkan hye na no ade a wonyeye momfa empomata ade mfa behye no munye nyame onyame no a wono ene bo ye nyina no ono ena okasese ya na esi na nya de mo ye no nso ene ba sisa MPP delegates adwene yete ya ye hunu se mu bubu anwa cheda ene de ma hwase na mo na mo a na anwa eka di mo akiro se dien yo desperation are setting in na
all right
enyewe ni edi party enim di mampani o
but so Ibrahim sent a message earlier from Yindi. Me can say GPR to the RTU Real Tamale United and na Bugri na Abu and Alhaji Aliyu Mahama no muna board members and so no Oja Alhaji Aliyu Mahama ho our any co-board member no ebe supporto Akufo-Addo no fichibi into no for the records again say me bawo there was something and person me you feel about a control there mami ko godon ho na you know you say na me can say e bia ye board politics e bia ye mo politics and na e bi ye oye o chicha nwa about for body o ne bra na hwa de
anwa kakra bi
so we nya so
kakra bi
e wo de ka free last year say 2 years ago
some man dey tell you na
kwabrani ya di body so na kwabrani gina won ye campaign
enti no okoye campaign as abra na body e boy
da ka bu di na chi
de na di chi e tu body di na chi body e kran kaka ka be so enti wo di oya aja ene di e ba yesu no
obi bubu anwa
monfa video ni mra na obi so tiche se yesi chiro se ha he we na mo se eden a esi we na eden a
coconut sugar
nti coconut sugar ani ye
say
delegate na we no omo kwachin kosi ana
samienu
politics me ni peti
eye no se ubeche wanwa no wache wanwa ubeche coconut sugar so no wache se body o na de wo de ko wache ase enti se ya na ka wo na eko na ye hu se de besi aye asem o yo adesem godo mami tie we mami tie o
Kwaku na we na ka be se ka binya
ne wo hia
commentary na oye fa ho no wo ya no ka say wo che wo de anwa ne kwa na say
yebetimi di yewasase yebetimi adua buro ne dia ya anwa
oh me ka say do no factories ne
onya ne dia obi dia no akoto
sa
se obi
akoto anwa dia kon oyo ndo so de fi Burkina Faso
ana
se obetimi aye bi no aye bi wo sirem
na minim se this is president
obi say as president and say as a country and as a businessman
minim se this is president and san watimi ayi aburo anwa
Kwaku me dey efise mani fredi president o say na ya ba ko bi agwa president for the Dubai
African Growth Opportunity Act
that's why apart from agwa no the buy na to say very comprehensive pa several businesses and one district one factory na kufu ado aban and the Dubai Eka say businessmen na Ghana nyina including one of the Japan including Obia say wo sika na wo ideas say person ye business bia bra aban na beboa wo Kwaku in fact incentives are aban no e de buy no e de ma private companies no Kwaku you have no idea ebia nyambe agba adwada would never admit that afa one this one factory no incentives of the man of money products of mutimi and manufacture and the babonti e ka bo civi thinking si bia ka wono kan focus wo and the kufuado one this one factory no also take advantage say it dem no di buy ni idimie but enyo no yeye
sabre no
then what the come na eden
and no say so we are say wa bobere kwa no wanyi sika na opese hia wa
na kubenu
say obache say
akubuado uni so de planting for food and jobs no and no tay
ya the starting
o tay ayi no mo de there was one almost start grow cash crops
and
no they
planting
for food and export to the export and
development tree crop development authority omo de cocoa ka ho omo de abe omo de cashew and omo de bibi sa e ka ho so mbeye ne nyina ye hu so oyi
akoye bi
no maybe anyway I mean face of Kwaku one the best ambas Kwaku sa asem na mo kikafa buga na buti implementing
ma tape ni bibia ni
ba wase obekum obi ana
there be tape
wase obabu obi
bugi na bu se
wase se
ayi fre obi so ontuma ba omia no yeninua
the bonne be
in fact there's nothing wrong with the tape
no be say to abamu obi na yidi ana na bonne be le
o to wasa wo region for kra nto abama wo no more problem
Kwaku ba to sa video no boma me
e ti say mo ti yi na me say my friend me kro mo kre say okay constituency man pacho abaye betu tuma god ni asarbedi afisa communication officer no yeninua
na bonne be le wo
eno no na maye to aba politics na
na sa na wo pete police wo na mo so monya madwi na wedie
bibia me tape no
sa video do boma me wonne adaka be fepo ma so de no
se me hwehwe na me bo
no bukere Japan say the club central region for anto aba ma no de a e de MPP be shi MPP begu ne sa no gan
ade odi be ye wo mo no omo to mo nyimi
I see
I'm say flag be obi akopata be aspirant TV so omo po mu nyimi
wono ye aspirant e ka che reject chairman say wono ne kofo po mu nyimi and ade odi be ye wo mo se central region for anto a eti bedre no central region for mo to ma wo ke Japan no na eye mu
na mo de to ye
Kwaku me eneme bo ha ka be ka say hu se dan hia but the fact is say general secretary timi nya time etina say to petition against abroad say abroad ya bibi ne die and the general secretary will petition the best watch say obi ya to abawi 2 years ago kwasi kwati na bontin say MPP mpanifo ya akronfo because you mo ye no mo ye prozi emma dota to the extent what the figure party for
now 7% of Canadian vote
the party should call him to come and prove and end of Monday
yes
and the general secretary
I was a party different no because what undermine credibility of the whole election a course one. Say party this kimi eno mu hwia mu e de ma Dr. Bawumia. Baako ono bekere Japan dina ebedwam edi ne nkomo. E ha no bi baaye, ndakwa baaye a wo se
Okoto about 2023.
But na nso to about the wie no. Police station na ono bekere Japan enya 0.
And who police station crew?
Yeah, who police station crew? And now, what's what the kuta you buy evidence by you. Meanwhile, Banner Quatrain, Sibo Bia and phone, Emblem, Tabon of the Koye. A business will be so called evidence known.
Jaren no keep ya 2 years and son of Deba.
Over here, of course, I said, no. Afraid no master take come once at the year campaign. Kwaku Mestre.
I said, yes, the nearby any free Tamaliba and Gawa.
A hard dream. And the was ultimate. I say, because it goes to the core of the party's credibility. Say, party everyone who would move at them. Proxy. Mekuta Krata foreign external branches. No. Omo yese kwano about 30 external branches Kwaku omo empen for mo chairperson and chairman enu mu nyina assign e wa ha mabo mu nyina edi oma chokrata e dia akoma national chairman national executive committee through general secretary where 10th November 2025 was say a petition challenging the Presidential Elections Committee's directive banning proxy voting in the forthcoming presidential primary. Omukotu MPP constitution, Omukotu national constitution, so far electoral Ghana. Well, we got to about 2024. Over for our proxy.
Make papa mommy proxy. In fact, I've been a papa yare. Din. And all the cocoa year proxy. Say about to announce and free mu e ma me kura me can say saade no me de be court because me de ma dwum I will no I am me say me nkoto aba ma ba wo mia me say man karisa will na say man ye nti me de be court na court nye interpretation enti no me nya lawyer
lawyer be no beti ngodi because straight away na
oh go no nti no is any awoken no afedi almost say and a proxy no and the nipa baako no no kura proxy be 30 akwa
nipa be 2 baako votim kuta proxy 200
no akwa
2023 2023 no omuka say proxy use proxy ese nipa bienu Ghana so ye ko to 2024 proxy ese nipa baako ase nipa bienu ala betimi aye na wo si e di bewiem e di pa baako wo ko wuram ko ba 200 times baako ko train e he
say money em gwanwa eni pa wo si ya bribe no $800 million here na ti give for e council we I say money em gwanwa baako tro him for
no external branches chairman and chairpersons no omo 30 omo si omo sere net for some no monkasa ma me question say adom chesa was that you buy a chakra me say madri say that emma so
me can understand
sadie eni po ma church from asensan Australia ata adu osan Austria George Fobi Belgium Solomon Agin Canada Victoria Uswansa China Ben Uswe Ivory Coast Catherine Saint-Cyr Czech Republic Samuel Nchidakwa Denmark Kennedy Jane Equatorial Guinea Maxwell Boateng Finland James McKeown James McKeown
Pentecost McKeown
France Frederick A. Ado Germany Dr. Felix Yamuwa Hong Kong Dr. Pakwesi Wolseley Ireland Alf Massa Japan Italy Rexford Osemensa Japan Alhaji Abdul Razak Middle East Isaac Osai Nigeria Joseph Nchibafuwa Norway Isaac Ajiman Qatar Adolfo Dramina Obuankoma Russia Ajene Abongo Masud Senegal Joe Armstrong Kwaku South Africa Jones Yao Mafo Frimpong South Korea Richard Zinleri Spain Michael Sanko, Sweden, Richard Utiabwaje, Netherlands, Elvis J, Togo, George Nanajidu, UK, Kisla Dumata, Japan, and then USA. Obaya Amponsa Frempong.
I'm Peprosi.
The whole external branch
Dumata UK chairman. So you can Japan.
Yeah, the meeting can emphatically.
Oh. Why can I suspicion?
There's no suspicion.
Anna, Richard Zineri born South Korea chairman. Many papa.
Okay.
On also say me on put me whom baby was here. Me whom baby. Obaya no na
so it is say no. In the part and you can see quite saying person chest to Numiasa says and there be just opportunity we put your crown for. So what because if a president is your crown for? What is it's even not about Nyansa, it's about the so-called allegation now what they talk was there. What opposition 2 days opposition we are Kwaku Emwa media council benifono national chairman the constitutional legal committee or so many na enhwe assemble say enye too later media I want to understand the rationale behind the earlier decision. And now you may be absent in Timedia Mestre. Obi ma prozia na nchese e krono. Kwaku. Orabu kere Japan call for the almost me bold. Adena so for muntim wo nipa ba ko din. Say ye fewe mamata.
Me saka video no.
Okay.
Of Honorable kere Japan threaten. Look about me aso central region. Omonso a ye threaten omunti a omokoto abuma kan Japan no omonso fa omu vote ni kochi Dr. Bawumia because when the a candidate no awo and the bar live on radio e be threaten central region for nyina e said di omatam mo video no
now if Bawumia wins in central region you see what will happen in 2024 I dare them. I am daring Chamakutin and the regional executives. Probably a member, no one said Jimmy Sua. Adia Bessie was central region. What do you want to try? I'm daring Chamakutin and I'm daring the regional executives. Would be a Bessie member will show down. If they win, they will see 2024. What will happen?
And come on, what do you
know? Now, if Bawumia wins in central region, you see what will happen in 2024. I dare them. I am daring Chamakutin and the regional executives. Probably a member, no one said Jimmy Sua. Adia Bessie was central region. What do you want to try? I'm daring Chamakutin and I'm daring the regional executives. Would be a Bessie member will show down. If they win, they will see 2024. What will happen?
And I'm penny and pound. So even though Bawumia didn't win central region, we saw what happened in 2024 because of threatening how a comes in some manner Olusuye. Kwame A plus ebe catcher say or now or leak information at the moment. Pius Enam Hajide and so ebe catcher say the NPP central region party penibi and now or sponsor NDC candidates any independent candidates editia NPP. Then you know what catching. And then, of course, Central Region, MPP Lusu presidential, or Lusu parliamentary, and Ukra only 4 seats. I was Central Region.
After BBB.
I'm saying Central Region here, 34, so 24, so 34.
Bakumamenko some minority groups as a then they were party. Madam Natos. Okufi.
Natos, Greater Accra.
Minority.
And then you want to say what this kakra about Orabu Japan campaign where Simu Ayedi.
And no one can be gate at Daniel Lazarus.
Maybe that's one way Fantiniana. Where can you?
Very.
But so your campaign and Rakoko at this point Catamanso. And what I say. And go force work in Japan in the years can no class or Yebi. Oh, sir, it's all about that. She did it in Yebi. And as was say, was support on the Japan. Eti on the Japan, emedi president. Na do no wanya bi and once anya bi.
And documents are maybe a so we share district assembly common fund. Release a bar so last time. And ya ben. But you tram in Surum Kasiapa, you say even got to a point now as I say a friend is saying finance minister a truck that come now to she say on release common fund a microphone fan ye.
And I want now the whole and we release
eh?
Is this this kind of one when we release it?
Yeah, look at Yamano.
Hey,
I know Otiso.
In fact, it got to a point minister in charge of finance. Okay? Mum I impact project Sakrata Imame. Project Sakrata Imame.
That can be real professor.
Ah, okay, we
now what we have got over Pamami. Professor from Pom Boatin. No a cap Ghana Penfua. Many people be his and you blue papa because you body dinya. Ah, what to say the young woman? Said Anakufado as president. Echo Baby's war, Professor from Pop Boatin dinya. Nanakufado as president, how crown portus would Yakobas original beam. Cause Ubumapa at the manor. But a number of Sisi, and men will say. Professor Paul Boatin Ebruhunya and Seniche will be here with Yassi. No one that's what called Hollywood Teacher Hospital. A young to choir and a wood free one. Now, Kwaku, Professor Paul Boatin a ye nibrefo. Were ye envious of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, including even a Neku Fado Krano. Tomokai said, Professor Paul Boatin 2007, almost a CBD.
No, count 17.
17 were now 2023 the so-called report no ye kwa nam chief of staff ka chese won chomra e no kwatcho ono kwa report e committee report yes ono no opinions article what the command baby a metima ka se Professor Paul Boatin envious of people they say what to akata no obokodo ponkrumedin obokodo ponkrumedin say Kojo any central phobi akosia ewo Forest Hotel ewo Dodoa eno makobo ne hopo so megunu hu animase na wo ka che kojo ewo report no mu say kojo bonkroma epese wo next presidential ambition bia wo next ni ye Kwaku obi a ese galamse hu report ena fabra
adan personal attack
that's all the galamse report to ba sa na beka ka hu no seven predators na if I saw Ben the woman share was saying I want to was saying person me kind has in it keke or say was say if Kojo Ponkroma and the likes of him too if Kojo Ponkroma and the likes of him have presidential ambitions they should pursue it on merit and not attempt to destroy a hard-working patriot whose only ambition to work whose only ambition is work to achieve a Ghana beyond it. Professor Paul Boatin. Now, if somebody destroys you, Professor Paul Boatin, would that make the person a president? Who are you? I was not saying who. Meanwhile, so if I destroy Professor Paul Boatin, one person I will destroy who. Obani say Freddy Jojo, Yanga so I galam say. Never boy Freddy Jojo, yes, so I galam say. Professor Bob Boatin, I want to that's where Galam say. I don't want in fact, it is on record. CID for no NIB then BNI 4 friends. He didn't cooperate with them. They be him. As someone say Kojo Ponkroma nenko for Shia, our first with Mimi Kobi. Bank of Ghana for and the yes our workshop Roma Central for praying pag for. Say, ye report on financial issues wa enable ma technologies ni enten hu ni ye it won come my financial education report to ho Bank of Ghana for report to ho no Kojo Ponkroma dan obaye for ko ba bi mpo as information minister ye nye invite say as information minister offer no nyame for no machi aye okasa ya no odimeka ko ne ba bi wani obi anya meeting biem wo se wadanfo bi a woyɛ nsɛntwerɛni wɔ tie na danfo bi a woyɛ nsɛntwerɛni wɔ hɔ ɛfrɛ no wa fa Professor Paul Bati no ɛfrɛ saa okay mi ka de si wo se nsɛntwerɛni bi a wɔ hɔ ɛfrɛ wɔn nso adanfo nsɛntwerɛni bi ɛna adanfo nsɛntwerɛni frɛ no Professor Paul Bati academic person
it's a guru boy bi na ɛfrɛ no
ɔboa ɛyɛ true na ka wie ya wo se ekodo pampa ne nkɔfoɔ bi ɛwɔ presidential ambition that time Kwaku who said the presidential ambition no was gone forever it will be a adaba beto to bia no ohue na hi and I can put it on authority say Frepo Boati and Toma Dr. Baumia 2024 election. He didn't vote for him.
Ayo no anasem.
And then we say wo be ka esa wo ka. Yes ramo party no mbe waja. Obi a be waja party no. Pa grant me je be dan kwa Kwaku mo he. For Frepo Boati Kwaku for 4 years o ye minister no opa o mekara bontin. MPP ni be polo chen Henry City Boda. MPP ni be. On MPP ni be no ni mu no.
No obi ni mu ni fi so.
MPP ni be pala for Frepo Boati wo ni mu no. Wo ni mu obi a. Apart from say Paseko no ma wo ni mu no. Wo ni mu obi a biem.
You be jan sa no kwa no kita positions emiensa. Na oye a minister. Or your interministerial committee, legal mining, or your head, and interministerial committee for vaccine, no head. Don't know crapus me some. But of a crack and to Sonia Kinkana, yen say nipa bonifobia, MMPP, elusi here, Kratana media to Soniti, Moma Yankin Kratan, or say, date no 27th February 2024, or say finance minister, a finance ministry, letterhead, and American Krata FCC, or say the administrator. District Assembly Common Fund Accra, District Assembly Common Fund Responsiveness Factor Grant, DAFT, and now transfer of funds to beneficiary institutions. Or say reference is made to the implementation of the District Assembly Common Fund Responsiveness Factor Grant in respect of the District Performance Assessment 2, and or the other 2. We are in receipt of a copy of a letter dated 12 December 2023 by which the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development requested the office of the District Assembly Common Fund to transfer an amount of 181,837,022 Ghana cedis and 170,142,722 Ghana cedis to the sub-consolidated account of Metropolitan Municipal and District Assemblies and 11,694,300 to the DPAT Secretariat for implementation of the DPAT 6 activities and other letter no account. Or say 3, we have noted with concern that these funds have since not been released in the account for the beneficiaries to facilitate the implementation of the DPAT 6 activities in 2023. This is hindering the progress of work and effective operation of the MMDAs. 4, as you are aware, prerequisite for committing funds by the development partners to the DCAF is for the fund meant for previous cycle of the DPAT and to be transferred to the MMDAs for their planned activities in accordance with the agreed allocations. 5. The ministry has received concern from our development partners on the delay of transfer of funds to the MMDAs as planned. This situation is worrying and threatens the current and future DP support to the DCAF. That's right. Sika na development partners no. Ediaba ebeboa Ghana no. Sika no edabi at the District Assembly Common Administrator no. And now on transfer sika no enkoma MMDAs no. Na to she say on transfer sika no. And my local government minister Dambotwe etro krata edikokoma no. Also on transfer sika no from 2023. So February 2027 ɛna Dambotre 2024 ɛna Dambotre ɛtwerɛ krataa kɔma finance minister ɛna finance minister ɛnso ɛtwerɛ krataa ɛde akɔma na atosi sɛ sika no ɛde abrɛ wɔn a wɔte so no a wɔn release no ɛha ɔman no because developmental partner na development partners no so ọmọ di sika ma o na wọn fa nya adwuma ọmọ ma o bi
serious
ọmọ ma o bi eti yẹ di sika na brẹ o
the continuous delay in transferring funds to the MMDs brings to question government's commitment to sign bilateral cooperation agreements and pose a serious threat to the Ministry of Finance mandate of mobilizing more resources to support our decentralization agenda for local economic development.
We cannot afford to lose such potential grant funds as we navigate an IMF program for physical consolidation and economic recovery. Consequently, we hereby entreat you to immediately transfer the said fund to the beneficiaries of the district assembly and inform the Ministry of Finance accordingly. Kindly treat this as urgent. We continue to count on your usual cooperation. Thank you. Signed, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, MP and Minister. Now, interesting, Okope, Chief of Staff Office, Jubilee House, Okope, no ministry, Sinyani, Adene Wasia. So, go on. Development partners, no? Edisika, you can development partners are to say UNICEF, IMF, World Bank, European Union. Any sank atisam edisika base yemfa nya adwuma e assembly ahoro no one typical emo awokofo odua no World Bank for disika bi ba kan nso to ana nso tayiri kofo odua fo pa nso kwa no eyiri sa it's World Bank for this me afi project ni din eno ne ye de eye drains e wo nso kwa num eni nso to a eso ate no eno abi ne ye de asiesie Jackson Park ama ne facelift ene aye ultra modern no enti sa sika no omodi aba no sika na te common fund administrator ne ho
onfanko
ana on release ma assemblies ni fa nya adwuma no na to shi on release me were copies of letters minister for local government etroma no a on responding po on man replying po na we release sika no like ministry no extra to finance minister na finance minister extra in this strong word to now to see back say sikane ba ho 2023
e da ho ye den
abai pesikana ye adwuma oti sikane so enti February 27 2024 MPP ko crucial election no na to see active development partners sika so I need to development partners no emphasis kan bi nya den en sign so ma
na man 40 district ni municipality
o ma ba anye sika insuo nya we nyenti en to aba na to see active sika no so wo common fund administration ho it took the intervention of finance minister no and a watcher
but damning and indicting.
You see, let us have one and pay if you want more.
Into
the core of the government.
Core of the core.
Because a bassa, then people will question and say, I didn't know they are buying any who be here.
That's a relevant question.
President Ronaldo na kwetena ho. And all these who egu aban. Onka ho hwe.
Now we are what dano ho can say Bawumia any winnable candidate nti yenya na chidi na yenko support kan Japan
abra assemblies no ka resource
assemblies
mami release another letter
na share adwumani ya assemblies no mo mre
sika in fact sad go on o hwe nkrata no a me wono a sad and now when you send these assemblies no what say you may be 4 million Ghana cedis a quarter.
That could it was
4 million Ghana cedis. It be 6 million Ghana cedis a quarter. Abra now to see 250,000. When your maximum there 450,000. That is 4.5 billion.
But not by the money is Ghana.
Security or centralizing.
Another to Jesse. Another to Africa.
To decide.
Another to decide.
See, I have so gone for near some magic we decide any fertilizer.
I have
University of Ghana.
Several would command University Farms. University of Ghana Farms.
Very sad.
And some
very, very sad. And who we are now ko boba omi asombo go no aba finance ministry no at abre akopesika fi development partners wo dia ba ye discana ba be si local finance saying common fund administrator e wo ho release discana ma assembly no hwe wo ken sente amasama na crofo di wo ken assembly odi ahenkan na edi kan o wo ken sente repeat that o chapa ni sa because akwanye
anako pesika ba ko yin echu no
that be osakwanye
oba na keti di agunu so onabo mayira kwanye o oye de wakoye mayira kwanye sika no ya di to jesi ni
komadina
mayira kwanye ma do tatam da so ntua
kwadenta na nkofo kam akwanye na nkurase akebeye reshape kakraka na ade no na sika na fund no etwo na finance minister say hey na to hwehwe yi because sika iwa fan ma your partners no omo man sika ni bi because
say before no what the year investment and map you know
something now obiasa say you develop investment man
and it go on how on earth can Obi say na to she accuse Dr. Bawumia say ono na MPP elusu 2024 election in Tiansan
flat to me
okay
me that say
yenye birthday ni
say
flat to me for president
okay all right
okay Alex from yenye birthday here na fi doctor so emeye ni die the di kai Mr. Padmore Kwame Anson Mr. Padmore Kwame Anson oye journalist ewo Kumasi na oko Kristo Asafo sorry ene ni birthday mi padi no ani na ewo school enti Mr. Padmore Kwame Anson ena no pay adofo ne ema ne abusua ni nyina ni Kristo Asafo ko ne wa santimante mun nyina se yemfa fidie wi so na yema happy birthday o mo se twiri amponyankopon sem enhira na ede amawo afei nana yawo that's Junior or you head of production our Batampa radio and them say kaswasa ho and then your birthday would Junior yema happy birthday Chief Superintendent Dr. Salas Yeboah Debra Chief Superintendent Dr. Salas Yeboah Debra Director of the National Counter-Terrorism Department of the Ghana Police Service and your birthday into boys you say yemfa afidie so na yema happy birthday the last one Ajia Lasisi ewo Oti region Biakuya constituency na o aspire for women organizer and your birthday into Philip Akrobo nso Shai Osudoku ono so aspire for communications director o say yemfa fidie so na yema happy birthday nti Ajia yema happy birthday bra na
all right me that say so cappuccino edimidimafo enkrato ebre yen a na edni aka edi ato so kapo martin
ya Dawuro
bibi aboko de
kiri ampa Dawuro mod na che ho ye na nso e
do nyankopo ase enso ehu ye pa anopede na midimafo mo man
mera se na mamemfa enchia emu odin M5 dikesi so ema midimafo ba hospital kofa bai Dr. Tanda so ena afi adwumayefo a o midimafo ba hospital nyina ene ebena anopai yemisa se woruma pom etsen sen ena worum hotie megidi yeso tweri ampa Dawuro ma na onam ne haban mani ne onu branso na kofa bai Dr. Tanda so de abentino wonum nyina ehoye na yenchia obi biara otu na mon eba medimafo ba hospital ba gia yarehwe no yenchia wonum so ne emisa se maame papa mini aba mini aketo mini abema wapomu etesen na ejiri yesa onyame Dawuro manti wa aba medimafo ba hospital ba gia duro bia no duro no sade ono mo sade sitie ntino wanya apomodin na ho ayawodin na yewie sana na yanka nkyere obi biara wo hwe movement television ewiase afere nyina se Teriam pon Kwame ya adum ama afi ekọ na wieye ya na mpanifo kasa bi sem afi anchaba nanso ntu nipa nyina na ne titiro no ya na nipa dodo na yare ade wonum anso etwa wonum num speleli nti na tem ya ka kire se wo ho na yare atetewo how be at our so area paria abedan dimafo aba hospital Dr. Tam da so na wanhwehwe nipadianum na yempe yare no yempe baabi emmono boot emfarento esan se nya na tenabia ene nipadianum na ewom so abatena nipadianum edidi wo nipadianum de na nso sare obo ade nyankopon twedi ampon ya wenyame na kan se yeni yare abane emfa haban na mfa nsa yare no onam Dr. Tam da so sanyar wa hudo ni nyina e de afre nipadianum anopai sawa manane sawa Ghana sawa wiase babi biara wo hyetokoro bia wo hye bia mu no ma men ka on kire wo se utu na maw eba medimafo aba hospital a onyame a na ne hunu ama nyina na hu na onam so eba saw yare e wo medimafo eba hospital anopai jabaya etieti akra esan se me no kasa doctor wo kumase abu akwa atwoma go school junction nyame a demo chena aye okuada ene na ya wada so nso doctor betena se fiada so e wa kra poko ase mayira mayafo anya anyira anu ntino onam Dr. Tam da so sa yare be na atete woni padua no ade chena wonya no aduru na cho nyame atuma this month on the 26th of this month bosome ne da to so aduonu ensia eye November bosome ya Dr. Tam da so Dr. Edu Jamfi okumani ni bema yo kasa haban tena kasa eba tamale za plaza tamale za plaza na 3 days and doctor eba bedi wo ba cho eba doctor eba no nyankopon tumi ni na hoden edikan wo hodada enu nti ada no obi biara obepiem za plaza tamale no jawa wodo 82 ba cho yarwa be dwan wo num na mmirika esan se woni trabie woni pediarum na obi o a empempi no na nipa dodo na akwa yaresabia ya na enrompo enka wono no manya apomoden esan se yare bi o ho a ohu doctor osuro na mpacho no adwane yare bi o a ohia doctor pe mpacho eho a amurumu ho a no wayera every nipedianum yemfa drompo mfa nka na nsan wadwane every nipedianum yare dodo na asa na tie na yare a oso estomo na oro de agise yade adro kana nsan wa free nipedianum no sa yare na ba gine ni so bramidimafo ya ba hospital poko ase mayira ya na mbase na wo TV no so ebra afi ekọ na wieye na ye kwura afefufuro mu no minim se onyame tumi nti afi a ye besim no wode wawura mu dada bai sa yare bi pese wo ma untwa sa afi a yare na fa ne bramidimafo ya ba hospital na doctor enhwe na omone garawe na December bosome no yewura mu sana ya na adofo hyehyia adofo nom to nsa dedi adofo nom anonum bi adofo no edi nyoma ebere na akọ nipadua nom adokodoko de enioma hodo de anya adokodo ni na akọ nipadua nom anu nti ansana December bosome no de nyoma hodo begu nipadua nom no ne aya toxic ewo nipadua nom ne aya poison ewo nipadua nom ewo so clear ni nyina out flashing out and son how ka kofa fufuro de gum anya sa wan hwe ya yeso anyare o yeso ne ho de ne wakwa habo enso anya yie baroba me dimafo ba hospital a yewo enubina haban enuhiri ahodo a doctor enam aba for kwan so scientifically what done ani no wade ma wo no anom na fe aditosify o body ni nyina na wanya apomoden ewo medimafo aba hospital nsem na asade ya no meta kan se na no ada ya enche eni na otwekra na no memene da ya Saturday ana menyonko ba ko se ya ote sa se bibi ewo ni minimu a ewo sen ko mene but ade no nso ase o mene ase o mene na oye se da bi ewo so ko hu obi a ohwe minimu na ohwe se bibi wo ho ana consultation tieni yepa enya adra de manu we yesa doctor ni wudi nkomo na watieti onu ahwese ade na ha na eden consultation no 495 Ghana cedis 495 Ghana cedis for consultation who tria ansan wa ko hu doctor na okwa doctor ba wienso no age so san beta aduru na wo ba medimafo ba hospital ampacho yenji consultation fee wo medimafo ba hospital baby ameka so lokia 200 Ghana cedis eye one mama say woni adagye oba betena se no twɛn na aduru no so asalai ɛno ntino me pɛsɛ me ba ya na doctor ehwɛ me saafo no na yɛse only on Fridays no 200 Ghana cedis for registration ana obetua Fridays pe 200 Ghana cedis na utua on Friday for registration ɛno nya consultation so obehu doctor but yɛde wo to premium service no so say anytime bia wo ba me dima fa ba hospital bia no time a yɛbɛma ono saa time pɛpɛpɛ na doctor transfer twɛw yɛnye consultation wo me dima fa ba hospital bara be kɔba bia akɔtua the lowest 230 Ghana cedis for consultation na nsan mo ya card amount ɛno nso betua ka bara ba me dima fa ba hospital a me ba chaw ya card no 70 Ghana cedis ni a check your vitals bibi amount no akɔhu doctor yɛnye consultation fee baabi abia betua bibi ɛsa kɔ lab ukotwa scan ni nyina nso no kɔ different hospital ni yɛka sɛ kotwa lab kɔkɔ lab ahodoɔ kotwa scan na utua sika the lowest per baako ɛna bia betua ba 170 Ghana cedis anu nti oba me dimafo ba hospital na doctor say for sika kuma bi baje oyare sa ma me tutumiri kanabra entena se ama afe no amma ogalawe entena se ma yare no anyo sintudua se okwa enko oba ema je number say me dimafo 0244 77 4282 0244 77 4282 Afe 0500 727215 0500 727215 third number 0245 449592 0245 449592 Medima for a hospital in New Din Komoro Asiere makom yenu Kumasi abu akwa atwoma Agusku Junction Accra poko asemaira nyame aduma mpacho ne doctor Kumasi ochena nyame aduma Wednesday doctor bewa Accra poko asemaira the Thursday obewa poko asemaira Accra Friday premium service doctor bewa Accra obi anto na mo so obeba sɛ be ya yare nti ye konhia mu ayemfro yare nti abusua bi apo yare nti ukuna bogala we sɛ ware no kro nware biom yare nti oba no sɛ ware no na nware biom san sɛ the stature hu be ma no no de be ware wono wa free start bia no bra medimafo ba hospital ne amu infections ahodo nti oba bi ni atenka infections ahodo nti oba bi ntimenwo infections ahodo nti menstrual problems no aye west Bradima for a hospital, 922. Bama infection to sim a cow day. Nemusha show. I felt to a secret. Now, Ubos or Bama Musha show Bradima for a hospital. Young fan have been the banana queen to us young family. One time pay. Obi Mamma Jima for a hospital. Nayan treated one for the Yarian and concern found Debbie. NC. Obi Mamma Jima for a hospital. Now, my cousin, I draw me no yano. I don't know. Come on, problem for Bramdima for about hospital near Mall. Ebiana Coco Natatewo. We are Berma, Mebacho, Berma Biano. A Mojana call Berman one of it. Yesterday, Johnson at Tinyabo Juma. Now, Obioa. It has a coco near how, and to me, also in Chayana Bermanajo. And I say, when the spicy foods don't wanna fatty food. And now, room 10 years, not fast food, no koto. Spices are out one idea, woman. What dear, fini what this are. One cleansing system, no, and untino, and to me, my own to me, uncle Kai. Medical catch no sense, you more than I say. Bear my economy. Say, you know about Joanna see a son. Now, mono, your pest spices are out one idea good, so no. Or for just 7 days and 10 days, and one on to me from baby who about on to me in front of him, and to kind of say, Echo nipper bianum. 10 biana near the encama answer, Kusia and experiment at Dudwana. And unti, she has say, Bia, one casano, we are bear man now prostate, prostate glance near Lagia, ye Pedro di Asha. yɛde saa mmoa wei na aduro no yɛde teste wɔn mo ne yɛhwɛ sɛ ampa ɛyɛ adwuma na ɛbɛyɛ adwuma wɔ nipadua no so ɛno nti sɛ yɛde spices gu nsuom na kraman ɛnom na within 7 days 10 days na wɔnom na ɔntumi mforo ɔba ampa atwa ɔwo bɛrima no so bɛyɛ ɔdɛn ɛno nti woware in the space of between 1 to 2 years na afei sɛ ɔmɔde mmɔ wɔn mpa so aba fam abramedimafoɔ no yɛmmoa wo patwɔm ɛyɛ yareɛ bɛn yɛka ne yɛgyadeɛ yi ɛmedimafoɔ na ade bɛba na yɛtu aseɛ ɛde ama wo ɛno nti obi sɛ hernia fabra obi sɛ fibroid o de ba diabetes o de ba stroke o de ba pressure o de ba infertility o de ba sanso na prostate enlargement bra yɛtwa scan yɛ lab nyinaa bi wɔ hɔ low sperm count o de ba impotency fabra menstrual disorders fabra ɛna afei w'ani na ɛha ɛtɛtɛw fabra dimafoɔ na yɛmmoa wo na lastly na mede wasi ɛyɛ bɛrima a ɔbɛrima yɛfɔ no infections na agye afa ɔba yɛbɛtutu infection afiri hɔ na ewia yɛ ama ɔduro 5 days no one use obo say that tenten kase tetreta kakraka pipiripi na odi abo adwuma emdima for ba hospital ni pokwa asema yere kuma ase e bua kwa atwoma agu school junction 0244 77 4282 0244 774282 and 0500 727215 shanu so say e medima for ba hospital Dr. Time and so 26 Oba Tamale Za Plaza. Dawuro yebeda asepa baapa.
All right, me so me da se cappuccino say odi midima phone and craft to da brebusia. Tabia heba Mr. Sano pay me mo aso ente se ene ope e dura e tu malaria se tatahwea. E tabia heba Mr. E duru bi a ano den papa na eboanso e manipa da sani bia wote apo. Be metimi nom obetimi nom eye adwuma be miensa etu fever se etu malaria se na asan ma immune system no anya hoden nti ebre bia yare bia be attack immune system bia no immune system no strong enough to fight it baby etu adru bia akwa obenya bi tabia for se omude we bawie no omahu se Ghana mema aye mere ewompam na emwa kra nti omude tabia takum so aba se emedi emema akagina mu tu ye bema ompa so agudie no enkoyi wa wahu se nansen wa ye mere ewompam a wo hia tabia takum nonum bi bobobi na emwa na onso atimi agina onan so enduro nyina food and drugs for say omaji atum se eye maunsa enkebi for 0243 686861 and 0245 7290 749206 na woni empenifo enkasa Victory Garlic Mixture enso ewudwaman so na Victory Garlic Mixture de na duma pa ye se obi a wonan ene wonsa etaye utitiriti no pacho wo hia Victory Garlic Mixture na aboa wa hwe ye pena stroke ebecho garlic no ema moja ne tibi nane edi afurusa ne yie ema wonso wote apapa ntima wonsa enkabi eno so e boost immune system no afi oba obo wonsa bu no ohun yie ena na aba ochina emma about 25th na aba eye on the 15th next month ni nyina ade bia emo antimi sro Victory Garlic Mixture no de nsaka bia ebetimi aboa wontimi na anadwo a waduru no nti waduru ne Victory Garlic Mixture ko na kope bi na nomna fe emo numbers ini 0201 293 and 0242 545633 na one empenifon so etwetwe enkomonti yitabia na yi Victory na fe ne aka na to aso na enko
and the aka no natural ventures womo and the Congo ointment yaba na Congo ointment adura se wunya bia eboa papa nyina ne se rashes egugu na woye ho hwie nyeyi a the Congo ointment ebeboa atuase senso kan ho na ho ye ohene so wunya Congo ointment ebeboa kakawure ha wo matiri ho saa de ne sa ne hu bi pa na se da so ho pe saa Congo ointment ndia nantema propro na mpompo tabobo oba ensuboni bi ta fifiri wase wunya bia eno so betia no kwan ama wa ye free be ma ojo ntraso ojo ne mo apa mienu na wo de sa ho na ne se oba wonta no ebe ji wutuo no kra free winsem na wani so ato se te kope Congo ointment na ebeboa atusa ha na se be tuntu do bia kwa benye bia to ewo ho ope bia tu moma no afre 0249 017101 0249 017101 and 0204 616161 0204 616161 Chocho Industries Chocho Herbal Industries wɔn say ɔbɛma skin care products ɛbɛma wɔn ankasa wɔn say yes sɛ nyame akyɛ Ghana fo adeɛ paa ɛna kane ni anim ana yɛ krakra ne mafiri nkrofo aman so no Chocho Herbal soap fa dware oh ɛbɛboa wo kama na sɛ deɛ wo skin no tie biara no ɛbɛtumi ma ɛtɔ so kama rashes pimples ɛne nyama bi agugu nipadua no bia no du dware a ɛyi firi hɔ ɛne wɔ Chocho Herbal cream ɛno wɔnya soap na dware na de cream no so asra kama na kyɛ sɛ ɛte sɛ deɛ wɔ spray car na wowie a deɛ wɔn de ɛma ɛhyɛ ne kama no de agu so no na kyɛ sɛ bibia ɛyɛ kama ɛyɛ wɔ Chocho Royal Gel no so ɛboa paa ɛma wedeɛ tɔ so kama afei Chocho hand and foot cream wonsɛm obi sɛ obi ɔkyɛ obi ɔsɛ ada wɔde wonsɛm na nante ana sɛm na yɛ den wonya Chocho hand cream ɛde sɛsɛ ɛbɛyi ma ayɛ moton kama obi nso ane 19 paapai Chocho foot cream no ɛna ɛbɛboa wɔ yɛwɔ Chocho skin toner ɛno no ma na taa ɛnyi sɛdeɛ si kyerɛ paa yɛwɔ adeɛ boa ɛma redeɛ no ɛyɛ biribia kama wotinwi so Chocho ɛsɛ yɛnya wo mu yɛbɛboa wo ama ɔbaa wotinwi nya ahyane kama ɛfu kama ayi ɛhoa nyinaa so afiri mu ama ebubu bio na sɛ wanya tinwi papa na afei sɛ ho taa tutu yana cold taa chewa Chocho balm ɛno so wonye bi a ɛno no ɛbɛboa wo yɛ factory ne yɛwɔ suhum na upeye nyama no bi atɔ akɔ Pandamat Palace Mall Bacho na Total filling station wɔ Spintex ɛna afei supermarket a ɛbɛn obi akɔ a obɛnya bi atɔ ɛwɔ hɔ nom na onsusu no oni yɛ ahwe abom afei ma menkamfo na fa Lady Clean ɛma ma nyinaa we yɛ madia ɔbaa bia wabɔ bra no kɔ animu na afei deɛ ɔpɛ sɛ woyɛ secondary virgin no wonya nafa Lady Clean ne ne bɛboa paa na afei wɔtumi adu saa botae no ho ɔbaa yɛ na nkabɔne bi ɛba ho bra wɔbu nsa nyɛ sɛ wodware still yɛ na nneɛma no nkɔ yi a yusu nafa Lady Clean fa siesie ho ɛno ne bɛboa wɔyi saa nkabɔne no na ho atewe se kama wonam dɔm mu a woyam hyehyɛ wo mfɛre w'anim nkɔgu ase ɛwɔ hɔ no mo baabi atontɔn ado bia wobɛnya nafa Lady Clean no bi atɔ na sɛ wopɛ bi ato di a Nikroya Pharmacy ɛwɔ Kwashiman ɔdɔkɔ traffic light hɔ no Kwashiman traffic light ɔdɔkɔ kwan no so no hɔ na abɛnya dodo bi a wopɛ atɔ o number no yɛ 0531 156556 0531 156 afei yɛkɔwie wɔ Exodus Moringa wɔn asɔyɛ Exodus Moringa capsules ɛne Exodus Dandelion capsules ɛyɛ ntafo dra botae no nie yɛde tu yare a yɛ stubborn ase nti nipa no bi frɛ no ehunu adbobrim ebi frɛ no dadeɛ bi twa dadeɛ mu ebi nso frɛ no ahemfukyini ebi de dabi akyi kyɛ sɛ wonya obiara wɔ no master ebi nso saa no frɛ no yare no sɛ atena so akyɛ wadum no bebree wakɔ yaresa bia pii ho ntɔ wa nom Exodus Moringa capsules ɛne Exodus Dandelion capsules yi na afei deɛ ɔbɛde wo ho ɛsan sɛ yɛ ntafo aduro nti etumi no mbom anopa mienu awia mienu anwumire mienu bosum yɛ tubo hunu sɛnkyerɛne kɛse ɛbɛba nipadua no mu na bia tontona do bia akɔ na bisa sɛ ɔpɛntafo aduro Exodus a ɛbɛma bia tɔ opɛ bia tu ano afrɛ 0544 447 033 0544 447 033.
Okay, akala misro ayi abemu abi di ne birthday and I say friend Umar Farouk Kwaku nyame e wo mankasim na ne papa e friend Rofa na o say yemfa happy birthday ma no nchomo mankasim na omo hwe shu no so mo ye obi omo follow ye pa on Facebook nti ye we show no happy
gentle boy.
Okay, so ye try ho na yenkoji adwedi nkrato mra ye ba ye ne Ura Ebenezer Duku, former MC, our dental municipality, by chance in Abunkum, and Kobe. After NDC, they are sick. Internal election, so honorable Canada Japan, no Marco Fan, Nakusine too. Now, I could be Baumiatama, we are no account, Rose, Domico Abinya, Baumia 5,000, and a Malkukwe, Enya 50,000, into Baumia, and your credible person, say to Abafamano. So now, so big baby Casse. Honorable Canada Japan. Boa NDC for Ekuma party no evidence in the dahono
very clear
evidence the dahono and obi obeka you can't blame him evidence in here evidence in here
I will be there baby so I want to question you adam ko ye na ba ko ye yezu za afia mo tian no say you can Mentias, yes, internal relation kakra yebeko. Namo de my margin said, you be the attract nipa so. You be try and sema no clear after nipa ho. And let me say, Kabna, Krabia Kabla on the page. Now you be that. I would omedi fake aboso they say o ma se da kotwe bibi say
o ma send the bulk SMS
say Dr. Baumia ekoje emwa efi side fu bi ho and we dey be any camp. What is this? Can I da pon monto mo bo ase kakra na you are not born a president, you can't be a president. And na me kan ha can I da pon when you president ya mo se be president untimi nye president enti to bo ase party MPP won't me say no and send the China because of your selfish interest. Won't me Canada won't me say MPP. We also can founding fathers, but MPP over told. Tell them me but you know.
He no founding father.
And he said, why is so desperate? I'm a Jimboni be about him say, and you will be our boa. Party no soon one kasa soon. And 20 minutes MPP. The other one why you say money na we are see. And then you can find this in another time TV so no did Dr. Bobiatem. Then I would just ask you so.
That's right. So quickly no so better touch on this.
No, I mean political VR. You draw a line.
Gadochi.
Me pamocho.
Ya chiwo kwabra ni obi ode ko mehwe nyomo ode ko
my thought ni o me pacho so when ya bulk messages be kan sema he de nyina fa Dr. Mahmoud Bahomia obia no ntro and atiase say almost started say the moya wo north one ye be bi was south says north ye would dia south ye dia Dr. Mahmoud Bahomia mi na no ka say region bi aye ne dia onu nka bom the policies no preach and almost buy ebe start kan minority ena moya kan for me kasa wa kan mu akire mu na muntie next one and omudi akodu ho send bulk message say Dr. Mahmoud Bahomia ni sadi fu akoye no bi na honorable Ken na to shi wan physical ma ka campaign e beto aso into be support you bi na to shi nyanse no de kakra ba na utumi san start bi o se no wo fie. So what is the problem? What is really the problem? Usu yesika no na disika fem buy Brian buy na wa acceleration go from.
Say there. Me na me ka say Big Gate Adana Lazarus. Njakwa dey. The Big Gate is can you say Adana Lazarus nyani. Enti ato mo nya akeka. Obi a ko primary sakwa presidential candidate ya. Mo sha say disika. And ye wiska. Ye wiska. Ye bi adwuma. Ye wiska. Afedu ba bi a mo ya de ne de. Mo se ra mo di atem so bi cheska. Na no say how a kumsi cheska. Now like after Big Gate ya Daniel Lazarus wana. Kono mo se bi diska ba wi ase. Na obi tue bia na musu.
Odisika to prana.
Na no obi tue bia musu.
Me da say enche me da se bre no be but finance minister call parliament.
And now never start ya profinity. Anamebo.
Ano
se penyina odi omenim eye campaign no. Se utu asante fortu o ketwi akire omo ka minority asema. Omo di na chi no be dey. Enye bi na ne boy nete wo ye. Honorable Kennedy, in some walkie Canada boy, and they can difference when I won't. But the here, as a Honorable Kennedy to be young on the say. Yes, say, Central Region, what young crop for against you party, who sponsor way, I didn't to be yano. The tribe bar no mano, and then Tronqua, Honorable, only message, I made my cat say, who campaign at Tom Swom, who campaign against them. Na to shiba I won't say call here too Bahomia beba. What is this?
If you don't have any credible message, Kennedy, stop the campaign and go and sit home. If you're normal with radio, so can Obi Awako Parliament da. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. Anything a station in for 400, they are perishing. Because someone can't correct. They are not speaking the truth. Adi Awuka Obenya den wo ho. Say wo work school. As a seat about time. At ho you say because only people do when nipa na udi nechi no ken na udi echi no he is not speaking any good sense. He is not bringing unity. Unity nti and my edin. There is nothing you have to say. Campaign at those mu message na nko ba bia na nipa na oto ni credibility ye dey. Nipa na ozo no nsa konfuopo. We unu nam near pai oduro. One shall obedi sutro ni bi. Because nipa not yon the normal working kind and you're correct. The normal working kind, there was nothing factual about what he was saying. Now the way I bet na TV so
to me radio
open so we are aspirant. Now so say Ghanaians and our delegates are blind. Some vote to our candidate no. Ames Wale for SB Yano. Baby Central region, they are calling you say Yano. Sorry, no more Becabia, Tembia, Becabia, who's end this for much Roma, down don't call for no Yanoma. What is this? Mokampena Tons, Mumpa Bebifa. What does it say? Station is dwindling. Dang, ya blemo. Okay, no way, Johnny. And now, what now, church or social media? As I see, who come home, maybe I will protect your profession. Now, yeah, Sabi. Sebi. Yeah, Betty. Supreme Court judge be threatening Ahmed Shaib Jerry.
Okay.
Oh, you see the words you are my nemesis. Yana yam pese
one of the Supreme Court judges.
Mina make a show. Member to me and Trump contumpo. Or catch a Jerry straight in the face.
But who say ne bi suruma o pass adia osahini
na me threat to the baby e bi no class o me law firm leader no me say ye leader yi aye wo court na me say wuni bibi me ka che nimpa kro no say court de me ko judge o fi say makama dwen e wa amembo hu asem obe rule against ruling against e comment de me law firm be collapse
the opportunity
me say JB Dankwa so odwe ne hu ne comfort time all kunu na ne mba ebre owo prison
yeah
Kofi Abrefa Buzia he could have lived in the comfort of Legon and lecture adwe ne hu otumfo chiame Bafo Akoto NLM impemi bompeni fodi a wo say yegume omo de omo kwato so ye papa buache ejako ne papa Dombo Chief Dombo ne sacrifice here abayi fakabo impeni fu titre je kufo be di president one ka de prison ibi ko exam bibi look politics yedi akukuro dey wo yese miso because nimpa na woni ni die se esa wo ti aja ya kensi nti ongu no mo ma wo say you should win and that botwemu as young as they were omo anye student politics all in the name of MPP omo ko exile
yes
am prechu mu nyina omo ndwane
omo ko
but iti ade na wiye no uye ni here in that so but what am I saying? If we don't fight for this our party we say maintain once and we could be we cannot
say na you about say wrong or good or bad my party first
of course there tie bia no NDC for omutumi kunto kwasa but a do political decision they become one that should tell you something into no me pese and the party for no so tia
say me can say me won krata bebre but eya na because of say bi ho no mo a also be in Biblia a indict party no ani aban no a MPP aban na wo so yemu nti ya na ya to ebo ase kakra but me pese me te enema ni bi asese de esi eye adwuma nti ano pe me hyeda na me frɛ Orebeniza Doku se omra na yentena se na yini sankomi me Doku machi
ayenia
bi aboko de
nyame adom
my friend Mr. Doku ni say ya na me say oye honorable former MC for Adenta municipality nti MC nkoma krata anope na me ye hu adwuma no na kwa me jesi wen waye hu adwuma nti onim ebi eni so nti ena no pay matun sa friend say omra na yenhwe na yentinsim zero na nima muti sen
me adom bibia ya okay na wo so
oba de adom
me ba ha chekakra
oba ha chekakra aha nso de yensu egu ha aha nso so ye Greater Accra MPP mu ho ye
na me adom ye ho ye I think say Greater Accra ye boy home modern nansen obeka ya de akoso nansen na mpese me boss on tofa partner Emma Akunya say yenkoye album verification in all the constituencies. I think with the leadership of Her Excellency Barbara, former ambassador to Malta, on our Greater Accra committee, na me kaho me boss kaho any penny for baby national director of IT in Tory kaho and I think your boy home modern say we've put the region in readiness for the elections in terms of the album verification. No more back and we've tried to resolve it, and I think we are on track. Dawuro.
I see. And Bibia Eboko party in Mujina because defeated by our party in the last election. Na a hard ring. We are hopeful some bit me. I conduct a peaceful election. Now my team my party now I recapture power.
Sure. Nyame adom Dawuro.
Ye nyame ase. So anope ye non kwa ba pa semedunum. Na me share program na sidu baby no. Na me ni godon mu din komo na me share assemblies ahodo no. Ni mu bin but former DMC na wakati ya sen.
Me ba na makatua me hwe na is about 6,000 something na do 7,000.
Okay.
Yes. But it varies. It be moje 5,000 plus. Me minim Nyankopon na odi me chimi de menya kakra de count no.
Enti odi na wanim kakra ho.
Oh kakra. Okay. Even some of those I came to meet.
Okay.
As to why that and I cannot.
Is it because of municipality ana? It is because of unity ana.
Me but Ebiana and Ebiana districts no be take a bit something a bit smaller, but it's about 6,000 something into 7,000.
Okay, so
now this is my was a quiet topic be Ecoso, but the fact of the matter is that we had about 2017 after the about 2024, maybe about February 2024. Now from 2017 to 2024 no. Na salary no the same. At a point of 13,000. Okay. And I buy back as soon and no homogene na about 13,000 no. A certain percentage, 30% or so. Say COVID in MCs in Chebi Emma by in terms of salary reduction, and that brought it down to 6,000-7,000 thereabout. But and only idea I bet to
okay, so it means that a buying at a Ketriano so because of maybe crisis now buying a community.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. And what you know, issue about common fund. Yeah, more share. My friend say institutions so common fund administrator any local government minister. Yeah. But common fund no for let me play the devil's advocate. Any find feedback.
There are not common funds, also it's as part of the decentralization process. No, the common fund was set up in 1993. What I say, under Act 445. Now, under the local government ministry, and our Pinia friend a common fund administrator. And ono na oye Pinia oshe common fund. Sikano so. Now the law say
local governance everything team the Common Fund Act says there was a team here. Say the Omano set aside not less than 5% of all the revenues accrued in the country. Never call Common Fund.
Okay.
And then for two now yen chairman assemblies, and both say NDC by Omodie almost start teacher. Yes, your time. Yes, maybe two about 3 quarters. Buy.
Okay. What the DMC time?
The DMC February of 2024.
Okay. And say ubedi MC na mo common fund na ahina kam.
Me buy no me nya 2 quarters. Just before the elections back buy. That was me buy back buy 350,000. And just before the elections, another one buy.
Okay.
That was 3rd quarter, so now 350,000.
Okay. Eric Pacho, Mama project Yenfa first lot near her say release a buy in that very year, no, not a saying. Na Yenfa no we under NPP, so back for MPP, the need to NDC, the no. Na Yenya in Simbi, NTS Krana, Yashe. Into Yenfa one, na Yenfe common fund, no. I said the assembly hold but common fund no yesha assembly ni kese ne de ma wana say the district and municipal and metropolitan ni hema wana
yesha eno into sha some of ebibi wo districts nya a bit lesser than the municipalities.
Okay.
And municipalities also there are tools yesha ebi wo a deprived municipality you can say no ntia be bibi kakra mo but ye time dey now it was I say idea ye chato ye mau maybe 350,000 I didn't tell first
way first quarter, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter and 4th quarter for 2024 me boy.
Yes. Into who say 4th quarter of 2023 no in 2024.
Okay.
And first, 2nd, 3rd quarters also buy.
Okay.
So even though you have 4 disbursements,
no.
The last quarter and buy.
Okay.
It was Adanse Asokwa 325,000 and
325,000.
That was 3rd quarter of 2023.
That is
last amount buy.
That was 3.6.
3 million. Then 3.2
billion old cities. Oh, okay.
Then first quarter then buy
for the whole assembly no. Quarter is 3 months.
3 months.
So 3 months in your scale bass and from assembly no.
Yeah, 326,000.
326,000.
And about with regulations.
Okay.
Oh, for say assembly ebe accountable. Say we be now the
auditors.
Committee activities.
Okay.
Because your various committees to form the executive and they are meeting minutes and they executive resolutions. Allowances who see school down the people with disability a percentage so in 3 months you need to use this 326,000 and as a assembly
and Sunday because fuel and it's the assembly vehicles.
So if you're an assembly that's not doing well with IGF, how do you manage your assembly?
In fact, what I didn't get something
interesting. It's supposed to be a percentage of an allocation to the common fund. Say 5% of revenue, total revenue to common fund. But in the first quarter of 2024, we Adanse Asokwa 296,000. That ran through the
296,000.
And one and all that. So the Obenyano go to Amansia West. Omenya 291,000 first quarter 2024. The same amount second quarter. The same amount third quarter.
Ashuma Impunia Enya 301,000.
Yes.
Omunya na sa throughout.
As if say
the same amount of money.
if you go to
so last
one first
Swami.
Yes.
And also sunya 947,000. And no one
throughout.
But Sunday say
no, why must it be so? As if say every quarter is kind of money and no one.
So release this way, no fee, local government and I say fee. This
if you common
fund and a neighbor
fund.
And you wait in here somebody a juma for the whole year.
Yes.
And you know, total the shell last end on me boy.
Total the shell last end.
So Swami municipality there's a for 4 quarters no. Last 4th quarter of 2023 and the 3 quarters of 2024 no omunya 3.8 million.
That's all they got.
That's for the 4 quarters.
Yes.
Ofa
Jesu Sechedumase. For the 4 quarters omunya 966,000. Into 1 million.
Into 1 million Ghana cedis.
And Usha we now almost every assembly got 1 million.
Except
1.0, 1.1.2, 1.0, 1.1 for 4 quarters.
For 4 quarters,
we were given as an assembly.
Ada abiding releases kama na abiding releases kama maybe sad that question no. Pastor Troto na we fee. Is it that na abiding releases can from common fund na administrator no money share na asking the city. Pastor me dey NDC for buy so no. Me dey almost so the amount. And open my catch was intercepted documents bibiri. Enti me the NDC buy yafa second lot no so na yafa NDC buy so disbursement so aye na yafa no so enter etifo so we NPP 2023 last quarter 2024 first quarter so first quarter na year March me boa
January to March
April to June
July to September
and September to December. Yes. Okay. Eric, where you so be mu kakra said there the size na unit team. Okay, so what far NDC there no so okay. Hey, and I na media man. Okay. Okay. So we need we have first 2 quarters of a year the NDC administration. So what far a hunter. So and here for the first 3 months.
Yes.
That's from January 2025 to March. Meboa.
Yes.
Omunya 4 million.
Yes.
455,736 Ghana cedi. 93 pesos.
Yes.
Which as to saying the assembly no nya kese no kranya for the 4 quarters no.
Yes. 1 quarter.
1 quarter no. 4 million.
Yes.
And NPP time 3 quarters near 3 million.
Omunya 1.1 million.
1 quarter 4.4 million.
Yes.
And NDC NPP time no 4 quarters no 3.9 million.
Yes. That's what it is.
There be me if you question team the first quarter 11 million.
Where almost second quarter disbursement. Where second quarter?
Where second quarter?
The first quarter buy. Adenta, almost first quarter 8 million.
First quarter no for Adenta 8 million. Okay.
Second quarter 10.6 million.
10.6 million.
Yes.
Okay, so now my project here second quarter.
Second quarter.
Okay, me that say. So first quarter no. Okay.
Omaji no.
So question team second quarter no onya 11 million.
11 million.
Which means first quarter no betimi anya be around the same figure.
Around 9 million and I say bisa.
Ma me hwese me pese me hu Adenta. So o fi Adenta there.
Yes.
So Greater Accra region.
Greater Accra.
Adenta second quarter ni also first quarter munya saying
8 point something million.
So second quarter is 10.6 million.
10.6. Meanwhile
10.6 million.
10.6 million second quarter.
Second quarter nkwa.
Meanwhile, 4 quarters in 1.4 million.
1.4 million.
Yes.
Mr. Doku, I don't believe this.
Why don't you believe this?
I have Mami Gan West na Honorable Clement Gan West. So Gan West second quarter and the NDC no. Omunya 8.2 million.
Gan West total
8.2 million. Second quarter.
So go to
Maminko and NPP.
Naminko 4 quarters put together.
Gan West ewo here fan so Gan East Gan Gan West municipal ono nso so the total ya diwe mamenye ni sei na mehu ni ntam mebo modin a person na mehwe ma di Ga West the total no year 1.3.
Yes, total for four quarters. 1.3.
Last quarter of 2023.
Meanwhile, the NDC second quarter man
NDC second quarter no ama Ga West 8.2 million.
Thank you. So you see the difference
of
common funder na eba.
So na Mr. Doku told the Tobuasi. So Amasamai under MPP Ga West Municipal no third quarter for 2023 onya 374,000.
Yes. First
quarter 2024 onya 335,000. And onya so at the end onya 1,381,906 Ghana cedi 98 pesos.
Yes.
And now over NDC no second quarter no onya 8.2 million.
Yes. And these are the realities on the ground.
And patrol yen komuna yen hwe municipality senya sika kese pa no. Ablekuma Central enya 12 million.
Ablekuma West,
Ablekuma North enya 12 million. Ablekuma West enya 10 million. Adenta enya 10 million.
Yes.
Ayawaso North enya 12 million.
Yes.
Aga Central enya 13 million.
Yes.
Ga North enya 10 million.
Yes.
So Mr. Doku.
Yes.
Me patrol. Under NPP no, was it a government policy? Say, yeah, ma assemblies ni sika kesi enye adwuma. Anana finance minister ni release sika enfama this assembly common fund.
Dawuro, me ba as MC, maybe two letter be a Dr. Amin Anta Exoye, obey a minister no, and the letter states clearly say. I said the administrator, this is a common fund Accra, 27th February 2024.
Oh, okay, me letter now, me can no pay.
Yes.
I don't know Krawi.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Which is our letter now? I say, reference is made to the implementation of the disaster common fund responsive factor grant in respect of this performance assessment tools. That's the part. And no. Sky said, Bano, I mean, Dr. Amin had to write a letter to say, Sikano, actually, your transfer is going to be common fund. This kind of
so now, Okase, Peleta, I mean, some letter is different from near walking Canada. Or say, maybe letter say, even development partners, Nisiko Modia Ban, Ababe Ka, or this assembly common fund, who are own release. So it tells you, say, it's not about the releases, and you say, na Omunya, but
scan edaho. But Sebio, all say, oh, because they were under the Ministry of Local Government. Now, there was this issue of the Common Fund seeing itself to be an autonomous body. And not working with the ministers of local government or
not working under minister of local government.
Because we were two honorable Kosa.
Okay. Oba Adam Bochiko.
Nada Bochiko.
Na honorable Jimensa Kosa.
Na sobe kaya. There's a letter honorable Dambucho Chokoma president say.
Yes.
Common fund administrator no. Oya disbursements to the districts now. Omo mamania as a minister. So it tells you, say, the administrator of the common fund was doing things on his own or her own. That was what
Matthias.
And also, that was the crux of the matter. It's the disbursements the ministers of local government of Mabano, they didn't have a say in what happened.
Okay.
So there was this letter. Common fund administrator Extra Koma. The then Western North Regional Coordinating Council, regional minister, say request for funding to construct Chiefs compound.
Okay.
Now say the request for Chiefs compound. The honorable member of parliament in Bia East constituency, NDC member of parliament.
Honorable Tobuasi, as I hear a patrol, my document be a 5, me lebon 5, and 2 5 now be a last end. na menu enkin kan sa letter no na yenhwe say edin we say high movement in the morning on win to me radio and movement TV. You live on Facebook, you live on YouTube. You pesa metini me bias ntina ma fro na bodoku say omra no meboa me and peruse me documents. So for last end there is a letter wa say honum na yenkin kan free ho ye kan fi ase a ebeboa en ti de ko end abehu District Assembly Common Fund and the title of the document was here pay nti kona yetimi akinkan e de free ho nti wo hwa I was saying Honorable Regional Minister, Western North Regional Coordinating Council, Sefiyoso, Western North Region, request funding for funding to construct chip compound and Deba grounds. Letter ni nti Branian can letter no. Or say the Honorable Member of Parliament in Bia East constituency has requested for funding support from the District Assembly Common Fund to construct chip compound and Deba grounds. We write to inform you that the approval has been given for the contract sum not exceeding 1 million Ghana cedis. 3. Please, we request that you proceed with the procurement processes and submit copies of the approved documents to the District Assembly Common Fund for our records. We count on your usual cooperation. Thank you. We are signed by Irene Na Tushi Adulate, Mrs. Administrator. Copy to Richard Achiampon, Bia East. That's Richard Achiampon, NDC MP.
Thank you. Richard Achiampon, NDC MP. Now, the irony of it is that Ocho Salete, Dambucho Cho, the date on this letter,
November 2022.
Yes.
Mami who stamp unity who specific I'm say 26
November no more
minute letter no.
But I think say
letter no was
November 2022.
November 2022.
Yes, but it was minuted on the 22nd January.
I see.
And NUH no. When I would dambo to extra command.
And after say Ocho Salete I let my young costro na fi yen letter no the second one before the big one say me inside the womb. And no caption no local government for decentralization for letterhead and I was so okay okay so I know see dated 4th May 2023 and I say discretionary allocation of funds from the District Assembly Common Fund. Or say the attention of the ministry has been drawn to a discretionary allocation of fund for specific projects stroke activities from the District Assembly Common Fund. 2. For instance, I have attached a copy of a letter addressed to the Western North Regional Minister allocating a total sum of 1 million Ghana cedi to the Member of Parliament for Bia East constituency. 3. In the attached letter, reference was made in paragraph 2 to indicate that we write to inform you that approval has been given for a contract sum not exceeding 1 million Ghana cedis. 4. Since the ministry has never been consulted and involved in such approval processes, could you clarify the approving authority and the process of approval? 5. I would also appreciate if you could furnish the ministry with the following details. How many of such or similar special allocation has been done between 2021 and 2023? What is the total amount so far allocated or disbursed under such agreement and arrangement between 2021 and 2023? 3rd, or say a detailed report on the utilization of the reserve fund between 2021 and 2023. 6. Your earliest response will be very much appreciated. Signed, Damboche MP, Minister to Common Fund Administrator, and or the Ebaiwa Kra. So, Damboche, Bia is MP ni letter no, and Ocho we at the Common Fund Administrator no, and or sign follow up with a letter to the President. Okay, so as I have anyone. Any and then part of top na yanking kind and also some or say a new dated 10th July 2023 until letter by Kono Chokoma Mamina to Sinum was dated May 4 2023 now or transfer July 2023 at the command the President of the Republic. Or say utilization of the District Assembly Common Fund. And you say the ministry will want to bring to the attention of His Excellency the President some challenges being faced in the utilization of the District Assembly Common Fund for the development of the district assemblies as a result of lack of cooperation from the office of the District Assembly Common Fund Administrator. 2. In the current resource constraint, we are of the considered view that strategically directing available resources is crucial for government. 3. Section 125 of the Local Governance Act 2016, Act 936, establishes the District Assembly Common Fund, and Section 125 3 of the Act. Mr. Iwunim, Mekasa making count crater me time but me more tougher because my kind. Basically, what Honorable Dambuchi was communicating to the President say the local government minister, the local District Assembly Common Fund administrator, is not cooperating. And that's allocations. On release scan or releasing so on more money. Almost all letters commanding so on responding. So basically that was it.
Sure.
So letters me and Sano, who say we release scan to the NDC MP. One more local government minister money. Now NDC, the said NDC MP no, such cannot no idea.
Okay, so basically no, Dawuro, the number me can say. This BR MP or contested an MPP candidate who was a DC.
Who was a DC for Bia East?
Yes. Now DC now no hono. Said you he even protested. Say now me election as a DC of the MPP ticket. Na me common fund kakra na ebe banon so emma me fanye ejuma emma manfo hu ejuma ameye. Say what you say. Won so a otenkan. This is some common fund na wo no so say emfa ma edisi for no fanye ejuma. Na sebi o de we koya na say bye. And so you see these are some of the reasons why we lost the election the way we did. So Bia East 2024 general election parliamentary, Richard Achiampo of the NDC are now yet incumbent on 12,948 votes, 60.79%. And Nicholas Kuyong, Nicholas Kuyong, yes, also of the NPP 8,351, it's number 39.21%. So now NPP candidate no sign DC. Yes.
The concern is say or co-election. The common fund administrator no release the common fund name.
Emma.
Ebeba ni atiso. But o release sika the NDC MP no. So fanko developmental project compound. Chip compound also or the MP no di nebeto so. It did not go through the disassembly from assembly like I say. Ya boama you see chips compound ewo bia.
But rather, the money was rather sent through the RCC,
Regional Coordinating
Council. So how does the DC take credit for the work that was going on? And also contested via MP. And so you see, when some of these things happened, among for Kasa FAO, allocations na bano, the Minister of Finance at that time had the cause to say Sikana Ebano, Acha or common fund account do. More release manko. Dawuro, me buy no. Unim. The Sikabi buy some kosi dan bi omre approval score. Time I scan buy no. Na inflation I can scan my scan into influence sa project na bi.
But such can net.
The contractor net account no.
This assembly common fund account name.
Na tell it na. I mean
Adam
it clearly says everything.
But Mr. Document has you.
Now, said you say you were mine. Now people have been asked to go and serve. Now, this is what we did to the party. It affected the party.
District Assembly Common Fund, no?
Yeah.
Now to see a manager for how long? For the 8 years?
For 7 years plus. Or 8 years.
For 8 years, yes.
No.
And who said that Muchi, meaning see, Mentiasi, because Adam, a finance minister, they let to Chokoma, Mammy now to she say, yet the development partners at the Sika Abre ɔman ne si mfa nyɛ adwuma
yeah
and ɔmo no wodi ɔmo sika no yɛ adwuma na ɔmo abɛyɛ assessment
they come to assess
why ni yi a ne ama obi aka ho ne yɛ di sika na man from 2023 na sika no te account mu na on release ma mo no ɔma mo any reason ti a no release ana
oh me buy no these issues were issues that made tete or platform so say I mean when a bit me akasa na da ono Dambotri Minister of State akasa yamfa na OMC and ADC
no say bia no ma mo nkyeremu say o bia mo ye stakeholders
yes
nti bia ABC the reason ti na ye ntimi disburse scanning from mo mo anya nkyeremu bia sa
no there was no reason
we also told say mo ho ani atro letter abremu say ana ya fremu say mo ntro letter emergency we decide mo ntro letter emergency just ni sa ni man so asem na no kre
o na no kre I think say most of the districts were obisele kuku Crow. What did we decide come on the day? These are fishing communities. Honum Nanka, Mpuano, Norman, I say, Otodeko. Makoto Valenti, we decide fertilizers, and they are come on by force. And it happened in most regions. The Oti, Volta, anyway, baby. But you see, they said, yeah, under local governors and NDC for the year. Because they were says can Emma MC, you know, one fine you on the ground and so Mr. Doku, so what to say? Obi to say honorable Natusi. I say a Dr. Bawumienti and again winning 2024 election. And you know, or no one know who can near every Bawumieti. Inti or Fred and Crawford so omunsun free Bawumieti omun ko support honorable Ken because Bawumieti winnable can bita knowing what you know any name krata many wa famous is here how do you feel there was a nipa media all what I was saying is I mean the party people should look at some of these things also and make a judgment as to nsemna or kana because you cannot treat the party it's when it gets to the core of the party because there were nkanoma kuoye Emma the districts and municipalities enya kwan juma it will inure to the benefit of the party and it inure to your chances of winning the 2024 election
because development is local
because it's local sebi you says kana ma na sikana the top we decide sikana the top football jerseys sikana the top footballs o dey here then how does this develop your local economy? And you know, media, I think, sir, we should just open our eyes and listen to what people are saying vis-a-vis the Ombeye in their offices. Sir, Common Fund Administrator, basically, local government, na Emma, there was a deep part allocation that's deep part 7 or so. There were another part 6. By 600,000. And yes, I buy you. That was allocation. You know why I said there be Sikani Atiso. I did thing. Say Atiso to 400. So basically, be 400,000. So then a bit in there. I then yeah, the buy quickly. You see a KG. Am I here? And I made sure I say quickly see I'm commission as I'm in free office.
And you made reference say you discovered by for specific project because of delay in tea. And to me, any project.
So the contractor said you want to because time is kind of buy and not inflation account sikano and deeper sikano so they buy and rules are down and say at the end I say fire and one of the year. So we have to write a letter to the common fund to the Minister of Local Government through the common fund say sikana modema and say fanye ABC ne timi afanye say per se ye japo na ye ko set of furniture and the Chema school krano and the approval came and also in my tenant and also so in my tenant I mean we tried to make sure say those items were utilized. Yes, the KG block wa mahia yeton kunyano so Chema school krano but the fact is that should have been done earlier. Okay, but my predecessor here answer na member office so Dawuro
so me pese me say mo market ya no emma like it so because of the crisis by you nko amone ministers nyina
it is so
this assembly common fund so no
say ba na
modi eduma no
so ma akoka secretary
akankan
emma you want am 350,000
say mo fanye den
there was and now the be eduma na say we assembly mpo anka YGF revenues eye kakra
enti as former MC for denta so what to say near amount 300,000 a quarter now to say near to release 8 million the amount predis where year a friend is saying only success na ofo say then obet me the 8 million ayewa denta
in this case in the 2 quarters or 18 million
18 million
yes in the 2 quarters or 18 million
2 quarters
yes in my 4 quarters I had 1.4 million
that's 180 billion old cedis
yes
and Abba municipality
yes
in 2 quarters in 6 months
in 6 months me wa ye time me 1.4 million in 4 quarters so it tells you what happened under our government. You lose election I said Dr. Bawumia. How do you say that
parliamentary seat do na you lose nyina ho na free
it could attribute that to because say Dawuro yeah the bia the example you are empowering
the opposition
against your own candidates. So what you are here?
Yes.
And this is something that should not happen.
Because Mekaisa Denta say prior to the election, Akosia Menu, our parliamentary candidate.
Yeah.
Next on no akopera la pisika ba ya kwan bi lakeside akwan bi.
Yeah.
Near say about 1 million or so.
Yeah, she have to.
Nanka say anka ya bro 10 million say ya. MC betimi the 1 million cry as akwan. Unka betimi the aye. Anka it will not take an parliamentary
candidate to go and solicit for your own money to go and do that.
Now the man me we who ye say MP baako ano deputy minister osisika ye delay ya no cho WhatsApp message e common fund administrator no na o ka kire ne say e disrespectful so betro WhatsApp message abel on delete now on say apologizing I was like wow
meanwhile we all go and be blaming Dr. Bawumia saying wow. They made election. No, our actions and inactions are why Dawuro.
We colleague former MC and the permission no kakra na Clement Wilkinson so utie no person make e kakra bi. Honorable, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Na boko de
Nyame adumo na wo sir.
Nyame adum me ho ye. Anopai na me bo di na me say say odi ahenkan no mo bo achi nyina wo amasa ma akwan ho ne ade nyina say na nya wo a.
That's what the baby champion na.
Yeah, Joso.
Say wa oni mo se metu kwa kakaya. But baby will be aye tiemu. Ni ya doku na pomu ti say.
Honorable Clement, nyame adome ho ye, me hu na ache.
O ta.
O ko so wa fa me anko.
Don't worry, we are very fine. We are very fine. Don't worry, I'm pretty be kakaka ni say. Mini ya doku a church in send mu nyina kama. But mo ba kai say honorable minister for local government Ekoka assembly say the local common fund administrator disbursement or money intake. Some guys are the money.
I make I anopekra ma sakrata no misumi wo ha.
Okay. Now the buyer say Mukai say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so can say 1 million per constituency. Mukai are the money.
Yes, ye kai.
Say this for the omo ye no. Omo ye because who say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ka ni die no. Anytime I be ko TV so dia no. Na omo bisa question say first canon eba. Na yen communicators no. They are pekwan bi so akale de say oh in reality, you see, you say, Nanka as a common fund administrator, I hope, and a face canon, as I say, a fee never. No, just coming in Amma, and honorable not to see Emerson on the parliamentary, no, because trying a document to be a FA or more development or more constituency. Meanwhile, no. Come for never. MP no ono ni percentage ewom a ye di ma no nti me die na me dey 341 no se bibi no MP ni so die wo mu na eye district common fund na ya dane no MP's common fund nti MP no ba or the list tintin ba brew say ono ni common fund no di odi kwakoye nie most of times no so do no the tria school fees so do no the year bridge bia ehun awawai e wo ba bi kakra because entimi si dan entimi nya bibia municipality na constituency ni di omani ebehu say MP aye adwuma there's no way mo kai say ye ko see judges bi dan wo Asante region mo kai
yes appeal court judge for no
that's can if even e ko see here me wa no na nke say yeah me
KMA esan common edisa scan mom
omuna esese self kan ko for mo so na nko mo si sa dan no na nka ehye municipality no ene onyam nanso yani e ba ye no me nya do ko asem wo kan no nde so ba em so ba 2024 to 2023
oye ketri
on ye ya no ko de wan be samu bio na se ata no ni ma ye 11 13 point something thousand na ye tititi wa no abanya ba ye 11 bi na comment e ba ye na omampani na nado awodwe oma no ho no e ka say government appointees or 3 and 30%. If you omampani be 3 and 30% no owie ye no ya tete wo taxes ni na me na menya 5,600 and something as a MC for the whole month.
I see.
The winner says Kanoa. That's a war officer. Me and the people do office. No one if I bet 10, 15. Oh, me to a change. There, Omu Baby Bisa MCBB. That's a Uka. Musun come. Then the penny Bisa 500. No one 200 Mawa. Obechow. No, Timothy. The one money be clear idea and your MPs facing the same problem because now they were not doing anything. Adia omo yeno, omo parliamentary candidates, and now I the same thing. And this is America, the BI issue. The trouble yeno. Now MC you or contesting. It is a or contesting and letting me cut our engine boots. Any fertilizer near the manual. It's about almost about the manual.
Number 2 man.
It is no. And no man also omampani na nado abemu no government appointees no. Every engineer amwa. It is no say me tell.
What is that? A municipality.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. And the mayor Lusu yeno. Now we were not on grounds. We were not there. Because the BN wa let me Obi ani beje hu say MC aye juma eye nyame adumu
sa wo hwa say o quarter first quarter second quarter na ye ma 300,000 na o MC anawa bay the second quarter ya ma 8 million surely obi o ti amasama sisi ya be hu say nipa na ye competent sen ba mi hu anya sa na tie usika na wanya sen o de ye adwuma
okay mama yan sha de bi omo first quarter ba second quarter ba at omo nyan start adwuma bi ya ye nyina ye nim de omo dis kan ba ba ye sisi ye say ishike wo hu rules ada ho say omo de be ye we but mama ye nyina ye ntwen
But the point is that Sesikana ba municipality mu ne ebeye mu adwuma. Me kwambe masam ne say wa wunya 300,000 no. Any obi a yama no obi a 10 million, ebi a 18 million no. Say mo se mo be mo diska ne be ye adwuma municipality mu a. Montimi nya adwuma, mo adwuma ntimi nya pe.
Enukwe de o kan dia ta ne tie. O se 350 na meji no. Na me titi no mo bebre fi mo be ye na scanner ka 125. 125 wouldn't mean see, yani,
engineer say obi so di 8 million, not to be na 4 million cry. Obetimi aye adwuma se.
Obetimi aye 6 unit classroom. The 4 million obetimi dey 2 unit class 6 unit classroom. nti ebe wo ni say ono aye adwuma say me na ye die no die ko ye ni say ye mu bi o ha se bi bi a ye lucky kakra from the other ministries no I mean for be be say rose and now say assembly no yan ka say ntimi nya rose no e bi okono kono bia na say road minister e di bi bitum na ya to woman no be ya eno no e say no nyam say o MT no aye adwuma uko adenta me nya dokuti wei on ntimi kan tell me say omo common fund and I say IDF and omo di rose there be eno no e ti bi bua yen aka e wo kwan bi so na die antimi amoye no enda na yeka watam no because the obi kase Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na yema enusu ya me pese obi ati asese Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wanya shi esense oka ate odi 1 million baba constituency bia no ene ye di ba ya ngi di eduma then oni mu company ni efe ko ayi Jerry Ahmed no mu di efe ne tempo
Coastal Development Authority.
Coastal Development Authority. What do you say? Northern Development Authority.
And you want middle belt.
Middle belt. And you want aha. Yes, canon. Now, as I said, about municipal assembly. Now, municipal assembly, Nankasa determine the opposite canon every year because Obia when you open or the municipality. Obia when you open.
Honorable, I say Minyanka Metro aso, but maybe na santu die. Me da say for your input. Na ebesa di nkumobio
ete dawo de amika toto ane se e momoyiko na no meti se na nkofo kaso MCs no mo boa na etu omo ka 20,000 na etu omo ka 30,000 atama me ni adoku ka no na sa na tie 5,600 no ene ebitu ayenka eno omampeni na nado ama yeti asese comedy aba omo ani mo ayeti nti se wo ye government appointee a boa na yenye adwuma no no yi se ska no 30% ni fee so ene edi adwuma eti yabatre omo ka say enya nokre no na asem ni titiye idamu ni na ase
honorable yeso yeda ase honorable Clement Nilanti Wilkinson former MC Ogan West Amasaman is that okay?
Yeah,
yede enkomo no ebebewie me there from what I have seen me gidi say a common fund administrator ene nkrofo no NMPP Lusu parliamentary city do pa because a jumano local.
No, politics and governance is local.
A local. It is a community
na
human toilet
mano. Now before drip equipment by unam utimuze chale ina link roads na say but obena koye nina so this scarabinio near about 300,000 in all no 1 year 1.4 million a year but then now the baby no the money was sitting there and sabio ye the top we decide any chemical any jersey any footballs and these same people come and tell you say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ko election wa mon homodin sebi no understand na me Dawuro na sa suban say ye co elections how would we win the elections because benya Mahmoud Bawumia nko ani ni ye ene de obeka ne win elections no party na wa aban mo no aban no so ni ye on the ground ene no mo ba ye ebe ma win election na say skana nko a do we blame Dr. Bawumia for losing the elections? Yeah. So for me I think say common fund administrator
it get to a point except finance minister no common fund administrator sikaba what is kind of from 2023
let the money go
or say in fact where she be you see no say or and the conduct no threaten government ability to mobilize resources.
Oh yes.
And I was like, hey, it is a finance minister to me true say and then na ban na dey na mo tell no mo hwe na to mo yes
sir nenya ka ho bi obi be di post back 8 years obi antimi nka hwe
Mr. Doku
and some ministers
if finance minister bet me afa pen no actually let say the conduct of the common fund administrator no threaten government no ability to raise revenue
But I applaud Honorable Amin at that time because before him nobody could write such a letter. So
I see.
Nobody could write such a letter. So for him to gather that courage and right to tell her, say, Master, it marks some leadership, of course. So that's where we are, Dawuro. And you know, my prayer is that our next government will take some of these things seriously and make sure say the SOBI governance no I mean, we cannot allow one person to hijack the funds of all local economies. Then later, no, like I say, we'll be in a loose election. Meanwhile, only no be say yeah one intina
I'm saying Tiwa West Nasara coordinator say deputy was sending me a flyer say shortcutting. Now I'm lining up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. Thursday 20th 2025 Tiwa municipality no omo be cut short no ma amashini nyina ase just ode MC regional minister na mampani mahamanfuni edechiri na ode aba enti you can imagine we na maybe so na Abo Clement so say sikaba enti omo cut short for 5 projects in one day let's go
now at the end once the money is there they just have to agree on the projects and go and cut short and do them because omo ye you know look Dawuro Adenta advertise 8 projects, no 9. Adenta Minister Assembly Oma advertise 9 projects to undertake. And you know, say in 1 year. And say can I I think say it is far fetched. It is taking a process to get the money utilized. So what I say. And some more 80 million almost started with 9 projects and they can be doing some of these things and within 4 years they will be brave. And you know, I think say the mechanic say you know you the also another common fund administrator in our last 8 years and what we took our assemblies through for the last 8 years. You better must say
I was saying to more beba mo have catch them say ba umia na MPP Lucy no and some documents living here they are tremble no mba mo mi so mo ho asem omo beba be catch them say ba umiaye remuni oye mamprusi ni nti onye winnable candidate no oni flat stomach we yasem meanwhile na the basic banat so what is sika no so why say ho wo bese ho wo a won tenwe won so a won tenton wo mo bi nsusu mbefo bese ne nkote be nkote enkoye ndi odebe bidi Kwaku Dawuro bidi mbasi asem na team na aka no actual sports beto aso nyankopon ama otena besa ne